hear me?
Look in.
Hello,
Hey
Craig.
everybody, welcome to an episode of Deadlands, Dublands. Today it's called Fool Me Once, where the gang just witnessed the tragic death of Edward, aka Mr. Miraculo. And now we travel to Utah to find his mysterious assassins. Will we all die horribly? Hopefully not. Let's see what happens. Stop! The sound effect.
Also,
Sorry.
Oak.
I feel like there's no intro to these things.
Oak.
You have to do an intro. What's up?
Oak. Don't forget to roll your night terrors, Oak.
Oh, yeah.
It would be a shame if something happened to that white chip, to that blue chip you got.
Oh yeah, you got 2 blue chips and a red chip.
What? I thought, oh my god.
That's what Oak got.
Jesus.
Oak, this is your time to look down on the peasants.
Inferior. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up my sheet. What are we rolling again?
Your spirit.
Nice.
Do it.
Oh, hat is off. Oh my god. If I had to describe my hairstyle and what I look like right now, I don't have any neck chin. 9. Okay, you passed with the 9. Like definition. So I look like Pesci right now. I got the Pesci fucking look.
Oh no! Not the Pesci look. I'm sorry, Dub. I'm so sorry.
It's because like my hair, due to like my long hair from before, now that it's shaved down, it like gets in weird cowlick, so it's all like spiking up. And then I have no definition for my chin and neck.
Ben, quit fucking teasing. Just show us already. I want to see this.
No, I don't want to. I want to
You're
like
edging.
you. Yeah, I'm edging you guys.
It's only a matter of time. Like, it's best just get it over with.
No, at least
Please.
no.
Please.
Okay. No, I don't, and I can't take a good angle like picture for you guys. The party begins the day by traveling. They have since come back down from the mountains, and it appears they don't have to deal with any uphill mountain treks for a while. The landscape isn't flat, however, still quite rough, but there's always been a mesa in view. Not as tall as the mountains, but still impressive nonetheless. Despite the increase in elevation, away from the Rockies, the posse finds themselves in a large forest of trees they hadn't seen before. They're about 20 feet tall and tough, scaly bark with twisted limbs. It appears quite similar to a pine, with needles instead of leaves and the occasional cone. The path is actually quite nice, as to the right they have the forest, and it's to the right they have the forest, and to the right they have the Colorado River. That's not right. To the left you guys have the Colorado River. But the night has been rough, but not particularly, especially for those who suffer from their late night terrors. Visions of Dr. Miraculo being shot in front of them replayed in their head. But yeah, and you guys are traveling along this path. It's an actual honest to God path. You guys are no longer like thugging it across the Rockies.
No way. We're actually out of the mountains.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you have a nice forest to your right, and then the Colorado River to your left.
Yeah, I think Wilson's playing like a little game of I Spy. He like points out every little critter he sees. Hey, look, everyone. There's a squirrel down there. I think I saw a fox hop
Oh,
to
where?
that trail. It's beneath the brush over there.
I think I can see it. The little red blob.
A little red blob. Do you see all right?
Yeah, it's far.
Hmm. How
My
did you,
eyesight's fine for a gunslinger. Don't worry about that.
Well, that's good. How did you sleep, Eugene?
Well, can't exactly say it was a good night.
Hmm.
He looks down at his abdomen, which is all wrapped up in made-up bandages.
Hmm.
But
Well,
no nightmares tonight. Just still thinking about poor Edward back there.
Well, every night that we wake up is a good night.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that kind of sleep just yet.
Well, we don't really get to choose when we're ready for that kind of sleep, but I think we're all ready when our time comes.
Some would beg to differ.
And I'm glad they do. How did you sleep, Naya?
Well enough. Dreamless for a change. That's good. You guys seem well rested too.
Yes,
Grand.
I can appreciate the beauty of this forest and the river. This is really a wonderful state. Which state are we in again?
It's a big one.
Yeah. Well, whichever it is.
I'm pretty sure we're on our way through.
Colorado?
Yeah, that one.
How far is that from New York?
A long ways away. New York is right by the ocean. And the closest body of water we have here is the river. I've heard there were Great Lakes here in the West.
Yes. Yes, there are the Great Lakes. It's quite a ways west of New York. It's northeast from here. It's where Michigan is. I've from my previous life, I had some family that left and went to Michigan.
I haven't really seen much of nature in my previous life as well, if you can call it that.
Well, yes, I don't imagine there's much nature in New York City.
Yeah. I've been mostly staying at home with my family. But I've learned enough things back there. Like how to wrangle a gun and talk to the locals.
Well, I'm glad you learned what you could from that environment. I'm trying to learn what I can from this environment, as honestly unsettling as it is to me. Yeah, Wilson is still fasting right now, so
It's been
I
a
think
day, so
yeah,
I think
okay.
you do get a bonus.
Ooh, okay. Do I have to roll a fasting?
Oh yeah, you do have to roll that. It's because I think you're at enough days so far
Well,
that you
what
get
if
the minimum.
what if I have the gift of self-discipline? That just extends the duration that I
I
can
did
fast
read
without.
something that said, in terms of like fasting and stuff, no pain, no gain. So you kind of
What?
have to, yeah. So you can't cheese it. You actually have to suffer for it.
Well, should I just not take that gift then? Because that was the
I
whole
mean,
point.
Probably, yeah. You might want to change it because I did. Sorry, I was gonna tell you this earlier, but I guess I was just kind of busy.
Oh, okay,
But
no worries.
yeah, it is very. Being a blessed is all about not cheesing the system.
I mean,
So-
you
Oh,
actually
shit.
can't. You actually can't cheese it.
I
You're
have to
fasting
hit a
right now.
9 for fasting, right?
What day is it?
The first one.
Yeah, I guess so. If that's what it says.
Hold on, let me look it up. Fasting is a hard roll.
I know because of the straight bonus to your faith. It's
Oh. Starving my body of nutrients is a good idea. Oh.
new
I
aptitude.
mean, your
is
god.
choice.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Oh my god, limited preview. Go fuck yourself.
What
Let
are you
me-
looking at? What do you
I'm
need to
trying to
search?
pirate this PDF.
I have all the PDFs. Ask me.
Fire
shall
and
s-
brimstone.
Yeah, I got it.
It's you got to make a 7.
Oh, I got it. Ooh,
Yep.
okay, so I get the first penalty or first.
Yes, you get a +2 to all faith aptitude checks.
Nice. Okay, sick.
Are you still
Oh.
playing I Spy?
Yeah.
You see some birds that you haven't seen in Oklahoma. Very pretty
Oh.
birds. And you definitely see a squirrel. They're not like the red squirrels of Europe or even gray squirrels. This is like a big chunky squirrel.
Mm.
With like it has slight orange coloration.
Oh wow.
And looking to the trees, you see something that isn't supposed to be up in a tree. You see a pronghorn lying down in the tree.
Is it alive?
A pronghorn?
It is motionless.
What's a pronghorn?
You guys saw some session 2?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the-
The like.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember now.
That's right. Thanks. Yeah.
Wilson goes, I spy with my little eyes something unusual.
What do you see, Wilson?
There's a pronghorn in that tree. And
Ah,
as far as I
maybe.
know, that is not supposed to happen.
Can we see it?
Yeah,
Pronghorn
once
are
it's pointed
they're-
out, you guys can all see it in the tree. It's
they're-
kind of in
they're like
a
deer,
limb.
right?
They're like antelope because they are antelope. So, but yeah, similar. They're both like ungulates or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is this
But
fresh?
yeah, well, that's something you'd have to check up close. You only see it, it's up in a limb, like that's kind of crooked enough that it could be easily just kind of laid down and not like roll off.
Can I see
Well,
if there's anything off about like the general area? If some-
Sure. I mean, do you want to be more specific with it?
Do you want what?
Do you want to be more specific with that roll?
Yeah, maybe I can roll cognition to see if there's any disturbance in the area, any other animals.
Any other animals? Okay.
Nair will be making her way over to the deer then.
Can I roll first to see?
Yeah, of course.
Dub.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
Sorry.
I'll have to add a -3 to that because
Yeah, you're wincing in pain. It's hard to be very cognizant of the world.
You dumb fuck.
You got a 1.
Whoa.
Oh, you absolute buffoon.
Okay, that's a 1.
You fucking idiot.
Don't be mean to me.
Would you like to chip that?
No, I'm saving
Okay.
those up.
All right. Near, you're getting closer to observe it.
Yes, and in the meantime, just kind of scanning the area around the pronghorn for like any signs of what may have happened to it.
Well, as you get closer, a lot of details that, were fuzzy from afar are obvious. There's a large pool of blood at the bottom of the pronghorn, dripping from the branches and the pine needles. McGill, seeing this much blood, certainly, is a little uncomfortable.
Okay. I'm really sorry. What did I miss?
You guys were playing I Spy. Oh yeah, you go.
So Wilson was just looking for critters in the forest, and he saw a pronghorn stuck on a tree, motionless.
Okay.
Nair went to check it and found a pool of blood beneath it.
Understood. All right. Sorry about that. Continue.
You see some of its entrails kind of, act like vines hanging down. It is kind of a gruesome sight. Would you like to make a little bit of a guts roll with a -1 due to your fear blood?
Of course. Can I ask in the meantime if it looks like those intros were hung around with any intent, like intentionally, or it's just from mauling?
It definitely just looks like it's just hanging out, just kind of strewn.
Gotcha. Roll 2d8 -2, you said?
Yep.
You fool.
6 -2.
That's a
4.
4.
Would you like to stick with the 4?
What happens actually if I fail a fear check?
You get scared. Like it depends how bad it is.
There's a big table of shit that can happen.
Like it can be. It can change. You know how it's like.
I like good tables. I'll roll it.
All right,
I can't
boss. Let me whip up my table.
Is Nair going to fuck up her voice box again as well?
If it gets that far, I would be genuinely impressed.
Nair can no longer beatbox.
No.
No!
Oh no, how did you roll? That's just cruel, Wilson.
Wilson, stop beatboxing. I'm dying.
There was a Buddhist in New York that taught me this one. It's an ancient Tibetan practice.
I'm imagining the fucking Thanos beatbox, like
Beatboxing puppy.
You definitely take a few steps back. It's gruesome, especially taking in the details. Its throat looks ripped down, and of course, it's just a whole pile of viscera and gore. It's nothing that you would really want to see first thing in the day. You take 1d6 wind. Hold on. Let me roll that. You lose 1 wind. And, it's just a sudden burst of shock. Your first action has a -2 to it, but nothing else.
Nair is going to yell back at the group. It's mauled. It wasn't killed to be eaten.
A chupacabra.
A what now?
It's a Mexican goat sucker. Up here.
It doesn't look very sucked off.
I will say that there are other animals that kill for sport other than a chupacabra. I'm not
But which one of
neglecting.
them? Which one of them can toss a pronghorn this high up?
Or drag it up.
I mean, maybe
I see some big cats here.
yes. What's the one? Not a coyote. A mountain lion.
You have lions in America?
A mountain lion. They're not quite so lion-like. They don't really have the big neck fur It's mostly just the ears that are quite pointy. I think I've only seen them in books, frankly.
Would any of them do something like this?
I think so. That sounds reasonable.
A chupacabra also would. But
Aren't those more
You're
toward
right.
the Mexico area?
that, yes, and also, Joan at this point is dismounted from the wagon, is walking over to get a better look. I don't think this thing had its its blood sucked, judging by the pool of blood down on the ground.
Hmm.
Do I need to make a guts roll for that, Ben?
Yes, please.
Okay.
If you guys are approaching it, it is pretty gnarly.
All right,
I'd like to
I'll
approach
go in
you.
as well. So guts.
$18.
Oh, 3.
Would you like to use a chip, anyone?
I'm
Nope.
good.
To Joanne, it's nothing she hadn't read before in the trusty tombstone epitaph.
11.
Of course.
And Wilson manages to keep his composure. There's nothing scary here. It's just something that's already came and gone.
Wilson talks about mutilating horses. Wrong horses aren't that different.
Yeah. However, to a very weakened Eugene, the sound of some creature out there that is strong enough to kill a pronghorn and drag it up a tree does not sound particularly pleasant. He just kind of stares in horror for a length of time. It's just kind of the more he thinks about it, the more scary it becomes kind of situation.
What's the matter, Eugene?
Wilson
That's
puts his
disgusting now.
Wilson puts his free hand on Eugene's shoulder. There's nothing that we can't face here.
Well, it's not a matter of can't, it's a matter of want. And I don't really want to imagine what that thing even looks like.
Sometimes there are shoulds instead of wants. And if we should or not, well, we'll see. We can always run. And,
You should always run.
divine forces willing, we will be able to.
In the meantime, Joan is racking her mind, just trying to figure out what could have done this if it wasn't a chupacabra.
I want Wilson to go over and just have a quick look and try and do a medicine roll on any specifics of what the wounds were. Like what the claws must have looked like, things like that.
Sure. Can you give me a medicine roll?
Cool.
And you said you're trying to rack your brain on trying to figure out what could have done this.
Yeah, anything.
I want to roll like survival for me.
Survival? For sure. Do you want me to roll survival mountains or just survival unskilled?
Survival mountains.
Hell yeah.
40, sorry, not 40, 9.
9. Okay.
7.
7.
Yeah, I'll stick with a 7, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, the wounds he kind of has to just shuffle up the tree. It's not that hard. The branches aren't like, it is a very easy tree to climb. And you can tell that, it's definitely odd, but the throat being, torn, and you can definitely see some rough cuts. Definitely something from a claw, not from like a human blade.
Mm-hmm.
But the injuries are mainly to its backside, its stomach, and its throat.
Do I have a sense that this is a pretty big claw?
Almost certainly.
Mm-hmm.
It's, to Joanne, a lot of different things kind of strike her mind in the situation. Mainly mountain lions as the big one, as they do tend to go for the throat, and they do like to, take their prey up high, much like the leopards back in Africa. But the gutting is certainly an odd aspect, which implies like a bear. So,
Joan
but
is going to
bears
turn.
can also climb. So
Joan
she
is
is
going to
kind
turn
of,
to. Yeah, Joan's going to turn to everyone. All right, I I have a theory based on what I see. I think what we have here is a horrible, horrible defiance of nature, and some poor monster impregnated a mountain lion and birthed forth something like a minotaur of the Greek times, but half mountain lion, half human.
Okay. Well,
Oh my god.
we can't
That's
rule it out,
horrendous.
but that does sound unlikely.
Joanne gets a white for that.
You said it's not unlikely. It's very possible. The minotaur was real. Centaurs are real. You're gonna tell me a half mountain lion, half human isn't real? Isn't at least
Yes.
possible?
I'm going to tell you that. I may be wrong, but I think that we're drawing a lot of assumptions on little evidence.
I'm sticking with my guns for the time being.
Do you think you could track it?
You see Joan kind of realize, yeah, I could track it. Chaser.
Well, that's
Are
one way
we
to
sure
set
it's
the
a-
dispute.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Chaser comes to your side.
Look,
What did
Miss
Nair say?
Palmer,
I'm sorry.
Oh, she just commented that like hunting it down would be one way to settle like the whole disagreement.
Uh-huh.
well, are we sure we want to go look after it?
If it's newborn, it can't be that big of a threat. And blood's still fresh, so it can't be too far away.
If there's one thing-
poses, please go ahead.
There's one thing I'm gonna spend the rest of my life doing after my husband died. It's answering the questions that still permeate this world. What do we have to do otherwise but track this thing down and find out what it is? What kind of creature would do something like this?
I agree. There are threats that are below the surface, and if this beast could potentially hurt anyone or anything else, it may be upon us to put it down. But I think we should gather more information first.
Of course. I'm going to let Chaser get a scent on it, and we can pull the wagon into some brush, so that way it's hidden, and we know.
Mrs. Jones, may I pet Chaser?
Of course, he loves being pet.
Thank you very much. Wilson is trying not to enjoy this, but he gets down on his knees like, oh, rah, 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 rah.
Sounds like worldly pleasures to me, my guy.
Oh no,
The
worldly
world-
pleasures. Oh no, worldly
No.
pleasures.
The world, there are worldly pleasures, Nair. I do not deny that. I just do not revel in them. I appreciate what exists.
Let's see what this table says to you reveling in petting Chaser.
Oh, pet dog.
Oh yeah, look at that mortal
Wait.
sin, petting a dog. Would you look at that?
Well,
No.
actually, technically, if Chaser is female, that may be a sin.
Chaser's a
This
boy
is-
dog.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you
There's
are.
only man
You're
left in her
totally
life.
good.
That's a lie. You just read
This is your
context.
conscience speaking. It's okay to pet a dog.
Thank you, conscience.
But Chaser does get a good whiff, and he like almost begins to dart.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
have you ever seen a dog just like go out before like 1 second they're just sticking by you, and then they're just gone. They just floop.
Yeah. Joan calls back to Michael as she's just like sprinting after Chaser. Michael, watch the wagon. You have full permission to stop anyone who tries to fuck with it.
You betcha. And he's been just kind of napping this entire time, kind of keeping to himself.
Nair is going to run back to her horse and give chase.
Are we going on the horses or just on foot? Because
It is heavily forested, so being on your horse would be very difficult.
Ah, shit. Well, then we can chase
Joan's
this
just
fence.
running.
Yeah, no, then I'm following Joan.
well, holding on to his wound, Eugene would follow, though slightly afraid of what they might find.
Many things to note. You do hear a kind of soft humming coming down the path you're on, like the where you were heading towards. You do hear some humming, but you guys are darting into the woods to your right. Would everyone like to make me a cognition?
Oh my god.
I should fly. Give me a nimbleness.
Nimble.
Nimbleness.
All of us?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's the Huntress.
It's so and a cognition and a nimbleness.
No, just nimbleness, I think.
Yeah, just nimbleness. That was my bad. Just
Gotcha.
nimbleness.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
That's 3 5s. 5, 6, and 7. Oh my god.
Would anyone like to use a chip?
Nope.
Nope, I'm good.
I'm going to. I'm gonna use a blue chip.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay, so that's a 6. That's absolutely enthralling.
Let me roll a handy dandy die real quick. You said you used a blue.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, you should have one blue left. There we go. Who rolled first amongst those who got a 5?
Me.
Even or odd?
Even.
Okay.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Bye bye, Eugene. Time to bring up a backup character.
Eugene is limping behind everyone, holding his gut. And he must have stepped where everyone else hadn't. And he feels a sharp snapping pain in his leg.
No.
Below him, he sees metal teeth gripped around his leg, and it's chained to a tree nearby. You take a serious wound to your leg as a bear trap
Right
sinks
and left.
into it. Right leg.
Wait, who takes this wound?
Me, unfortunately.
Son of a bitch.
Ah,
Yeah, you hear Eugene just go, oh.
fuck's sake.
Leans just immediately
Wilson
stops.
Please
is
stop putting us in
sprinting.
danger.
Wilson is sprinting over there.
Nair kind of looks back at Eugene and back at Joan, and ultimately makes the decision to follow after John.
Oh,
Chaser has been. Those who still follow Chaser have been noticing he's been going in circles. Like he's been looping around the same trees
No.
and like going forward, going backward.
Joan's
You
gonna
know.
try and wrangle up Chaser and try and bring him back close to Eugene if possible.
Make me. He's definitely hot on the. You know when a scent hound has a scent, so make me
Yeah.
a animal wrangling. And what's chasers mean?
1 sec. Pulling it up. Chaser's mean is 40-12.
Oh, those are some.
He's a
mean
very
guys.
cute dog. Can an animal wrangling roll?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh.
oh my god. It's happening.
It's on these kinds of rolls too.
It's always, yeah. So that's 6, 12, 18, 21.
You call a chaser, and the instant you do, he snaps right back to your side. You know, no fussing, no like, come here, come here. He definitely takes to your words as you sound very serious enough in this situation.
Chaser, lay down. And then
He
Joan
lays
is going to drop to a knee and catch her breath and let Chaser catch his breath.
Nair is going to scan around the area that Chaser was looking around.
You could roll a little cognitive. I'd hate to make you roll so much, but
No,
I have
no.
no choice.
It's a
So, just a
PTRPG.
cognition. You can add keen, and yes, of course, Eugene's leg is stuck in a bear trap right now.
We all begin to see a red light flash behind us. As heavy
It's a
steps.
semi truck.
It's the Huntress. Oh my god.
That's
No,
9.
it's the trapper, you fool.
Well, we heard a lullaby, right? Oh my god,
You-
we're in 2v8.
Did we hear a lullaby?
You
No, we
did
heard
hear a humming coming from down the path, but yeah,
Wait, like
you guys
what
went
kind of
off the
humming?
path,
Like somebody humming a tune, or like a mechanical humming? Or
like someone humming a tune.
oh, that's fucked up.
Oh my god.
I'm definitely going to follow that sound.
We haven't
Um,
heard like any gunshots or anything, have we, Ben?
No.
Okay.
Anyways, that's a 9.
9. So this is for checking the nearby area, and you do manage to find on all the trees that Chaser was around a bunch of scratch marks, long, jagged scratch marks. Like you could easily like put your hand up next to it and see just how large they are.
Do those look like mountain lions to you, Joan?
Just a second. And Joan's
Yeah.
going to try and pry open the bear trap.
Sure. It's a function of it. You won't struggle too much with it.
Mhm. And then
But you do crank it open and able to
And-
release the injured leg of Eugene.
Yeah. Eugene
And then
just
I would
falls
like
on his
to-
back.
sorry.
No, Eugene would just fall on his back and hold on to the bleeding leg.
All right, Eugene. I might need a bit of your help, Wilson. Let's try and at least get the bleeding to stop until we can get into a town.
I do want to look because usually bear traps aren't really sharpened. Was this sharpened? Like, are the teeth sharp, notably?
Just upon investigation, they're not notably sharp,
Okay.
but it is like there was enough force for it to cut. Like even just the barest of edge.
Okay. Okay. I do want to. Yes, Wilson is going to crouch down, take out some like a quick sterilization like some liquid sterilizer that he distilled earlier, and I'm just gonna put it over the wound and quick try and bandage it.
Roll me medicine. Did you say that Joanne was helping?
Yeah, however, I don't know how you want that to manifest. Because I also have general medicine.
Yeah, you guys won't be able to heal it, but you know my rules. I'll let you guys like stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I was actually reading. That's actually rule as written that you can stop bleeding with general medicine.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good. But yeah, if you both want to make rolls, and if you guys both make it, the person with the higher roll gets a bonus.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your help, John.
Of course.
8.
Got a 7.
Is that enough for Sirius?
To stop bleeding. That's a good question.
Because I run it just as like you use the base like difficulty for it.
Yeah, I'm looking real quick. A Sirius is a 9.
Sirius is a 9. And you said you guys got an 8 and a 7. Would you guys like to use any chips for that?
I can use I'll try and use a white.
Sure.
Oh wait! Oh fuck! I forgot.
Fucking shit! Fucking. Oh.
I forgot. I can use a. Wait, is it too late to chip the wound?
It is way too late.
Yeah, I just realized that. Oh well.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna throw a. I can use a red, right? I forget.
You owe him nothing.
Of course,
you just watch where he walks.
All right. Well, I'll bump my roll up to a 15.
Thank you.
What have you done?
And is Eugene just kind of sticking where he is?
Yeah, he's very embarrassed right now for stepping into a bear trap.
No, I'm not Eugene. I'm in Wilson.
What's up?
So are you just sticking with your role?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
Wilson certainly takes a.
Didn't I get a bonus?
If both of you guys made it, the person with the highest would get a bonus.
Oh.
Okay, I used some chips, Oak, so don't worry.
Yeah, I'll use a chip. If
you don't really need to, because I met the number that we need to meet.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
But
I think it's best better to be conservative with the chips.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to take away your. But Wilson definitely takes kind of a backstage here, as with her training from years long past, she manages to patch up Eugene best she can. He stops bleeding, but it does hurt like the dickens. You don't get a -6, you just take the highest of either of them, so it's just a -3 still.
Oh, thank God.
I used to run it as they added up.
Do I get any negatives to my speed or pace?
No, unless your leg was lopped off. It's just fair. It just hurts.
Yippee! Thank you, Dub, for not murdering me outright.
Yeah. But this is just kind of where you guys are at right now.
After that, Joan's gonna get up and follow where Nair was looking to figure out what the scratches were.
And Nair said to Joanne earlier something, right?
Yeah, to look at the scratches.
And if they were like anything that amounts to cause.
It doesn't. I'm not gonna make you roll. It these claws, compared to what she's, researched of like mountain lion tracks, are similar, but they're also just bigger. Like whatever left these must have been one big, mountain lion, if it was one.
Can I? This is a shot in the dark. Can I roll Academia Occult to see if she's read something in a tombstone epitaph book or paper? You can. I won't be upset if you say no.
Not for this one, no. There might be other
Okay.
times where that works, especially when you buy some in the future. But no, your best bet is what your heart tells you. The mountain lion minotaur.
The mountain lion minotaur. All right.
Mountain lion fucking minotaur.
The I think the Chimera did this.
Oh, well, I don't think the Chimera set up bear traps.
It's
Or not.
half human.
So you're saying
If
it's
they're-
also smart as one?
I think. At least that's what I believe. I believe that's what we're hunting. We haven't found any tracks yet, which could only mean one thing.
It's in the trees.
It knows what it's doing. It's walking
that.
around, sneaking around. It's probably watching us right now. That's why Chaser was leading us in a circle. It's moving faster than Chaser can. It probably is looking at us right now, waiting to string us up just like that pronghorn.
Fuck's sake, I'm going to look up again.
You don't see anything. At least not right now.
Oh, thank fuck.
Chaser, buddy. Think you could keep leading us?
He just kind of makes noises at you.
You hear Joan mutter, or shout another command in French, and she tries to get Chaser back onto the trail. That's a small little thing. Anytime Joan is giving commands to Chaser, they are in French.
She's fucking French.
It's not much of a success than before. A lot more circles. This time he's just kind of expanded the circle. Like if I were to draw it, actually let me pull up the fucking...
Can we still hear the humming, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Well, while those two are running about, Eugene says to Wilson, maybe we should get back to the wagon and see what's that humming about.
Good idea. Wilson will do the thing where he puts Eugene's arm over his to help him walk. And by the way, Wilson was not at all disappointed to take the back seat. He was really grateful for Joan. But yeah, I'll help I'll help Eugene limp to the wagon. And I want to tell him, Eugene, it's probably best if you arm yourself.
Yeah, don't worry, I've got the thing right here. And he pats his chest.
Okay.
So which direction is the humming coming from? Like back to the cart then? Or...
Yeah, like when you guys were on the trail, the pathway, it was actually just straight down the pathway. From what you heard.
Ah.
But everyone's heading towards that. Is Joanne still sticking it out in the...
Joan will probably keep looking a little bit after the two of them leave, and then probably decide it's not worth it and start going back. So there's probably a few minutes in between when Wilson and Eugene go and when Joan and Nair go.
Okay. We can definitely... I'll get back to you, but if you do want to make another cognition, we can see how that rolls. And you can use Chaser's tracking too with that. Either one, whichever's higher.
Sure. I will Let me see what his tracking is. Would it be tracking or cognition?
Probably tracking because you're trying to find the location of it using either scent or the claw marks and whatnot.
Okay, thank God, because neither Chaser or Joan have good cognition, but the tracking's pretty good.
Yeah.
I will roll Chaser's tracking, and you can just you can go handle the two and ponder it. Oh my sweet baby Jesus. It's a 15 on Chaser's tracking.
Holy shit! Yeah. All right. All right. We'll definitely come back to that.
This is what Chaser's built for.
But you guys head further down the path, and are certainly met with an odd sight. Not a scary one, but an odd one. You see a man kind of, just laying on the ground, a bag by his side, and what appears to be a wrench in his hand, and just kind of pantomiming wrenching something. Like, he's like on his back humming, and he's like cranking this wrench.
Can
Do
we
I see
see?
this? I'm just wondering if I see this.
Yeah, everyone sees this. Like who goes back and tracks the humming. It's a further down the path. You guys were kind of like on a little bit of a hill. So the moment you guys kind of like crested it a little bit, then it became pretty obvious.
Okay. I think that Wilson's going to step forward. I want to motion Eugene to cover me if necessary.
He will nod.
Okay.
What's the whiteboard?
I'm going to step forward, and Wilson is going to, just in his robe, kneel by the man who's wrenching. Hello there. What are you working on?
Are you kneeling beside him?
Yes.
It feels like you walk into something. Like you stub your shin on something as you try to get close to the man.
Ah. Well,
Oh, and he
excuse me.
looks over. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please stand back.
Sure, of course.
And he kind of wiggles on his back out a distance before standing up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to have it out on the road. I know it's quite dangerous.
No, I thought you were mentally unwell, so I was coming to comfort you. I'm
Wait,
glad.
have what on the road?
Is this an invisible machine?
You are quite observant, even of the things that are unseen. Yes, this is my. Pardon me. Let me introduce myself. And he goes to dust himself off a little bit. My name is Reynold Wertheimer. I'm an associate with the Collegium. And he goes to shake your hand.
The Collegium?
Yes, the Collegium.
Well met. I shake his hand. What is the Collegium, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it is a think tank of some of the greatest minds of the West. Furthering the betterment of humanity through the development of science and technology.
Oh, very interesting. Where does this think tank meet?
Gomorrah. It's out in the maze.
Interesting. As in the biblical Gomorrah?
No, it's a small town in California.
I see.
Well, small but bustling. But yes, I'm a associate. I'm not a mind such as them. But I'm I have taken the role of a salesman, as it were. Who added me? Write a name for you. Yes, I will.
Well, you seem to be quite the capable technician yourself.
Oh yes, I am trained in the all manners of repairing items, and I'm quite a fan of their work. But I'm actually out here not on, you know, repairing. Although there was a fella down the road. He actually had purchased something from the Collegium before, and he gave me an earful about it. Um, but yes. But anyways, may I interest you? Sorry, I don't have my stuff set up.
Oh, no, I apologize. I cannot buy
Wait.
things.
Hold on. An invisible machine. Next thing you're telling me you're making pigs fly over there in the maze.
I mean, I suppose you could put a. I mean, that's very much possible, but not biologically. I don't think. Would you like to come over and see for yourself?
He's not lying.
Well, hold on. Eugene kind of reaches his arm to where Wilson stumbled.
You feel like metal. Like you don't see it, but you certainly feel it.
What in the hell? I'll pick up some snow and try to dust it over the metal.
It definitely kind of reveals, like I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. It's like kind of a large kind of boxy section. Oh, sir. Well, what might your name be? Sorry, I didn't. Did you hear my introduction?
Yeah. You can call me Eugene.
Eugene, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, that's must be some sort of a explanation for this. Things just
Oh,
can't be invisible like that without something.
yes, it's the depigment paint. It's as they explain it, it's like microscopic crystals, and as light refracts off certain things, it hits the paint and it refracts away, giving obviously the illusion that it's invisible and not there.
Huh.
I don't have any with me to sell you. Typically we do not go door to door selling. We're not Smith and Robards. Um, but we have a lot of stuff that was picking up dust in one of our storerooms, and well, we're very strapped for cash, as it were. As prestigious as we are, the pursuit of science is costly. So we decided to sell some of the stuff in our storeroom. Still quality, but
Huh. You said you had some other stuff to show us, right?
yes, I do. I didn't have it set up, and you see him. The part that he dusted off snow, you see him kind of click something, and you're able to look at his side. He has what looks to be a revolver in a holster, but it's like huge. Like the cylinders are like twice the size of a normal gun, and the barrel is like not longer but thicker by a good chunk. But
Well, that's
oh,
yeah. No, yeah.
But he clicks open the trunk or the backside, and you see it open. You see quickly things like kind of almost appear in front of you as he pulls them out. He takes out a little carpet and he lays it on the ground. And he starts placing several objects. There's a lot here, but we can kind of go through it. There's several like little like bottles, like tinctures. There's some weird like black orbs, like small, like kind of like marble-sized orbs. You see this odd device. It looks a lot of the stuff to those who look is like otherworldly. Like it vaguely resembles stuff. Like what he pulls out vaguely resembles like a rifle, but it's like it's got like weird fluid, like canisters of fluid on it, and it's got a trigger and a barrel, sure, but otherwise it's like a bunch of like metal twisting like piping and tubes. What else? There is like these plates, like these like they kind of look like metal rectangles. some odd like twists of like copper that are like connected together. You see a shirt. A Another weird, vaguely like rifly looking thing that has like a bunch of copper wiring around it, and like a kind of a horseshoe shaped object on the end of it, with connected to a backpack with a lot more odd sort of like it's just a lot of bits and pieces of like
Mhm.
mechanics that you seem to like trying to comprehend. And you see one of his the very gun that was on his side also spread out. There's still a few things left in the trunk, but he seems to very eagerly close it again.
All right. Well,
These are my wares. I will, I'm pretty set on the price. It's not really to barter too much. But I will gladly explain any one of them. Of course, the depigmented paint, I don't have any samples for you here. And the perpetual land ship is not for sale. That is for my travels.
all right. Well, that's one mighty looking iron you got there. It's kind of thick.
Oh yes, thick and dangerous for those who are uninitiated. It's actually perfectly harmless.
Huh? Well, what sort of gun is harmless?
Well, it amplifies flash powder that you'd get from any camera store, and it's got a mirrored inside. Um, it amplifies the flash enough that you can temporarily blind someone who is trying to do you harm.
Ah,
It's
that's
quite wonderful. I use it myself. I'm not one for slinging iron. I'm a pacifist by nature, really.
What about that shirt?
Ah,
Looks simple enough.
it's the self-cleaning shirt. Um, let me actually demonstrate. And he's pretty dirty. He's wearing like a tan, like blazer almost with a bow tie and kind of a tan shirt. The man is not really anything no brown hair, and he's got a bit of a mustache to him. And he clicks a button, like he kind of reveals a button on the inside of one of the sleeves, and he presses it, and you see like all the dust and snow that gathered on him just like completely slough off. Like it kind of rolls off like almost like a liquid. It uses as I explained it uses magnetic fields and such to you know it trust me, they explain it way better than I do, but the result is that it cleans itself.
Yeah, well, I can see that. Looks great.
Um, oh, hello, Joanne. What's Near doing during
I'm
this?
here.
Okay. Joanne gets a bit more. Just back to her for a second. Her tracking isn't fruitless, and she finds
Nayer's
more.
with.
Oh,
Sorry, Nayer's with Joan, right?
I am.
Okay.
yeah. So, you guys do have a bit more information at your disposal. You find more claw marks, and you also find a patch of kind of tan fur.
Joan is going to scoop up the fur. Does it at all resemble mountain lion fur?
It does.
It seems our Chimera left some fur behind.
Right.
What do you take of this, Nayer? Does Chaser look like he still has a lead?
Yeah, but at this point, he's getting tired. He's been like just chasing around trees for a good while. Like he's got a
Right.
strong scent because, just simply put, it looks like the scent is everywhere.
I think it's not going to show itself until it wants to.
Sorry, did we leave behind the salesman?
No, this is you guys
Joan
went
and-
ahead.
Oh,
And
I see. I
Joanne-
see. Never
yeah.
mind.
I think this is a wild goose chase at this point. We just need to sleep with one eye open through the night.
Well, but then we leave ourselves open to be caught off guard. Can we
I don't-
lure it out?
If we sleep in shifts, we should be fine. I'm more than used to sitting guard for hours on end.
Me too, but I would rather just not attract it to the weaker members of our team right now.
Yeah, Chaser is he's exhausted. It doesn't seem like we're getting any closer to it. We have this fur sample at the very least. We just need to be careful.
Looks like we have little choice then.
In any ways, no Chimera or mountain lion is surviving a shot from this, and she just kind of hefts up the leather wrap that she's had slung over her shoulder.
What have you shot one of them before?
I've shot my fair share of big game.
I'm not sure if this is a regular game. Maybe we should have moved on. Maybe this was all a bad idea.
Hey, Nair. Information is ever critical to understanding your opponent. That's something they taught me in the army. If you don't understand what your opponent is, what your enemy is, then you can never successfully defeat them.
Starting to
We know
understand
more.
smarter than us.
We have its fur, we know it has claws, and we know that it hasn't left any footprints around. So that means most likely this Chimera has mountain lion feet. We just need to be careful and watch our backs.
Right.
Mountain lions don't attack large groups. They like to single people out. We just need to make sure we stay together and make sure no one gets left behind.
Right, well, about that, I don't think we split up like very equally. I think we should return with the rest of the group soon.
The other two have Michael. They'll be fine.
I don't fucking understand.
No offense, but I shot like 3 people like Michael.
I trust Michael. Money is a very strong way of incentivizing someone to care a little bit more. But
It doesn't make the Chimera proof.
But I think we should get going back to the others before it gets too dark.
Right.
With that, Joan and Chaser are going to start making their way back to the others.
Just Joanne and Chaser?
Well, I don't know if Nair's following.
For now, we're first going to catch up, see how everybody's doing, because I do not want to leave the weaklings unattended for too long.
Okay. But
Damn.
you guys do return, and it is an odd sight. You see a man kind of not finely dressed, but decently dressed, and in front of him is a rug with several odd contraptions. And you
So,
hear the sales pitch he's been giving them.
Yeah, and Eugene would be like asking about all different items. I just don't really want to turn this into a shopping session. And what about these little black orbs here?
Oh, those are smoke pellets. Incredibly easy. You throw them on the ground and they produce a large bellow of smoke to conceal yourself if in an emergency. The smoke is completely harmless, but it will, be able to distract you or distract others rather, and hide you from them.
How much are they?
The smoke pellets are $5 a piece. We've got 3 for sale right now. And sorry, ma'am, I'm not sure if you heard. I'm Ronald Wertheimer. I'm with the Collegium.
I'm more of a Smith and Robards person, but I'll take some smoke pellets. You said 5 per each. You see her
Yes,
fish
ma'am.
around. You see her fish around in a small little coin purse and fish out a $10 bill and a $5 bill and hand them over.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. He kind of looks at it like this is the most like. Oh, thank you. Here you go, and he hands over the pellets. We've got plenty of other items for sale too.
Right. So to recap, he has the gun, the flashbang gun, the 2 rifles. One
Rifles
with
in
the
big air quotes. They vaguely resemble them.
one with the like a tank, and the other with a backpack. And then
Yes.
you also mentioned there was something else other than the shirt. I don't remember. Maybe.
There was the bottles.
Oh yeah, the bottles. What do those do?
Well, we've got a selection of variety here. Here is the this first one is for all those who like to drink but don't like the consequences of it. It's the de-inebriating tonic. One swing of this and you'll find yourself sober in no time.
Just wondering, where do you get the water from this?
It's distilled and purified
Good.
in back in the Collegium. I think we actually turn salt water into fresh water through a process. It's quite amazing. Everything is perfectly sterile, and
I'm glad.
if that's a concern of yours.
Yes, it was. We frequented upon some water that was contaminated with cholera recently.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yes. I must inform you, Mr. What, Ronaldo?
Reynold.
There in these woods, we have our friend stepped into a bear trap. So I believe there's either hunters, authorized or unauthorized, operating in this area, and they have not disclosed their traps effectively. So just be careful.
Oh well, I won't be passing through the forest. I'm heading east. It's quite the trek, and with resources low. But with the atmospheric condenser, water is not a problem. And then he kind of turns it into a sales pitch.
Wow.
This slots right over your canteen, and he doesn't look at he's being very respectful of Wilson, very much making it not wanting to purchase anything, but he looks at others. This slots over your canteen, and through the passive condensation in the air, it turns it to water that drips directly into your canteen. So you're never anywhere without water. It's perfect for emergencies. We still recommend you find a actual source of water, but this will definitely do in a pinch and whenever you need it.
And that covers the 2 bottles that he showed us?
No, that was the weird, twisting, bits of copper.
Okay.
He goes back to the bottles. Well, these are both used in medical emergencies. He kind of looks at Eugene. He takes out from his own breast pocket a handful of cash, puts it down, and then gives a bottle to Eugene.
Wait, he gives it. He buys it for me.
Yeah.
Joan raises her eyebrow. What are you doing?
Well, I'm this man is clearly in need of medical attention. I'm giving him this.
How much is the bottle?
For the palliative balm, it's $25.
$25, and this does what?
It lessens the. Well, first it makes it easier for the wound to heal, but it's also has a slight pain killing effect.
May I
You don't.
know what's in this? Like
Um,
what the ingredients are?
That is due to corporate espionage. We are not allowed to disclose that.
Okay.
Can I take the canteen and sniff it?
It's like a little bottle. It smells. If Eugene lets you, it smells rosy.
Well, I guess. Do you guys another one of that?
Yes, we have another palliative balm. For $25. We also have in a real emergency. We call it a tourniquet in a bottle for 10. In case you
So are you
are.
just?
Nico?
So are you just giving this to him?
One of the palliative bombs. Yes. I'm not going to turn down a man who's clearly in need of it. I'm
What's
not
the
going to make him
catch?
purchase it.
You are a good man. Thank you.
No.
Um,
What's the catch?
There is no
There's-
catch, Joan. He's just simply altruistic.
I mean, there's no catch really.
No, it's all right, Johan. This man is clearly excited about his job, not like Edward. Thank you. May
Yes.
I purchase the other bottle and the tourniquet? You said.
Yes, and so that's 10. That's 25 and 10.
35,
That's
I believe.
35. Yeah.
So Eugene takes that out. I believe I will have only like $17 left, but I'll give it him in coins.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
am I supposed to drink that or pour it onto the wounds?
Well, you look. Are you currently bleeding out? It looks like it's staunched by someone. It's
No, not bleeding. Just
the tourniquet in a bottle. It's a liquid. It's just we call it that because it acts like a tourniquet, just like in liquid form. You pour it on the wound, but the palliative balm. It's more of a cream, and you can apply it. If you get injured in the future, it will certainly help sterilize the surface, and you know, it is quite good for you. Thank you for purchasing it. I hate to be a venture capitalist, as it were, for injured folk.
No, it's all right. This one I got by my own fault. I really deserve that one.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. You're a good man for selling these. You're not a medic, obviously, but hey, we all could use one like that every now and then.
Yes,
And
of course.
as you said, I have to pour the other two, right?
So the palliative balm you apply like a balm, like you,
How do
and
you
the
spell
tourniquet in the
it?
bottle.
Can you write it? Because
yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
A balm. Yeah, okay. I know
It's a
that.
bomb.
It's a balm.
Yeah, I was like, do I have to like explode that over my leg or something?
Yeah. This here is a and he goes to one that the odd sort of, it looks similar enough to a rifle, but it has that weird tank of liquid on it. Well, I don't wish to peddle you something that I wouldn't purchase myself. I don't particularly believe in the details of this, but it's called an ectoplasmic calcifier.
I'm so sorry.
A what now?
It's
Oh my god!
don't-
Sorry, I got so excited.
I don't get this joke.
Are you
It's-
okay?
I got
Say it
excited.
again?
I'm really sorry.
What is it?
Just keep going.
I just enjoyed Mika's reaction. I have no idea what it is.
This is an ectoplasmic calcifier. I do not believe in ghosts. There are many who do, and there's at least one among the Collegium team who does. This is said with this special liquid in it to well, when shot at and he kind of rolls his eyes, incorporeal being, it calcifies upon them, allowing them to be injured as though they were corporeal.
How much do you want?
It's 2,500, ma'am.
Sadly, if I
Wait, hold
spoke to
on.
a year ago, I'd have the money for that. But as it stands right now, I've been on the downturn of my finances.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. I'd love to sell it to you at a lower price, but unfortunately, we got mouths to feed at the Collegium.
Of course, I understand. There's no hard feelings. Where,
If you
let's say I
Well,
acquired this money in the future, where would I be able to go to purchase one of these?
well, we don't really do this kind of thing often. If you wish to purchase one, you'd have to go to, send a letter to well, actually, you would actually have to visit in person the Collegium in Gamora. It's in the maze. I can show you on a map.
well, we would probably not go there, but I do have a question,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you, by any chance, as part of the Collegium, cooperate with Pony Express?
No, we don't do any orders. We're not
Excuse me?
like our competitors at Smith and Robards.
That's a
You
shame.
need to kind of be in the know and be at the Collegium.
Well, all right.
But if you find us there, I'll make sure to do what I can. Typically once you reach Gamora, it takes a few days for us to process your visit. We gotta do some background checks and the like.
All right.
But yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we're not. If we were much bigger, we would certainly be, going and selling. But we're not trying to make money. We're trying to further science and humanity. And capital is not interest unless it furthers our goals. So, but I do apologize. I
Oh,
don't imagine
please.
someone purchases this, however. So if I ever see you again and it remains unpurchased, I'll make sure to seek you out, perhaps.
Hey,
Of course.
Ronald, where are you heading? Actually, are you just traveling in search to sell these wares?
Yes, I'm traveling east. There isn't a major town unless I head south.
All right. Well, you take care out there. I've heard there's a gang of sorts roaming about these lands. I would keep your head low if you
Of,
wish to travel east.
of
They're
course, and
quite dangerous.
that's obviously why I've painted this in the depigmented paint. People like to scrap these kinds of things for money, all the metal bits. So painting it prevents that. However, it has the issue of being invisible. I've lost this thing a few times.
Well, you could install, something like I've seen these back in New York, like actually, I'm not sure if they were invented out of character, like musical, like phonographs. They were a thing, right?
Yeah, I think they are at this point.
Yeah, couldn't you
I-
install one of those fancy music playing things in there? And
I suppose, but especially not now. The perpetual land ship, unlike anything powered by Ghost Rock, it relies more on. Have you ever heard of a perpetual motion device?
nope. Sorry.
It's not an exact. So there's no such thing, but we were able to maintain at the Collegium. They managed to actually transfer. You lose a lot of power with each turn of the wheel. so that you need something pulling it, like a horse or a boiler. So the land ship, it is able to recycle a lot of that energy into the next turn of the wheel. So with a slight decline, you can actually go miles without, any push needed. But and if you ever make it to the Collegium, they do, you can get one ordered for yourself. I have a few more things here if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. What
as
do you
I
have?
as I discussed, the atmosphere condenser. These plates, these are actually self-developing photographs. You just simply point the plate in the direction, and plate. It's not an actual like dinner plate. It's like a kind of large metal like rectangle.
Mm-hmm.
So large, it's like 2 hands across. And you simply peel back this protective layer, and the second light hits it, a picture is taken.
That
It's
sounds
truly
pretty
amazing stuff.
fancy, John. Kind of like your deal. Your camera took like what? A few minutes to set up.
Yes, I was unaware, honestly, that such camera technology existed.
Yes, it's one of our advances at the Collegium. They're really impressive.
And what kind of film does it use?
The exact compounds is obviously a secret, but Ghost Rock is involved. And you don't actually don't need a camera. You just pull back the film and then point it in the direction, or you don't need a camera. It's truly amazing. If we weren't on such a tight budget, I would give you an example.
Of course. How much does one of these film cost?
$25 a plate.
But you say you don't even need a camera. You just peel it back and it'll take a picture.
Yes, ma'am.
I I suppose I'll take one and try it out at the very least.
Thank you. All right, you got a self-developing photographic plate.
2 10s and a 5er.
He is looking quite happy with himself. Let's see. Yeah.
Now hold on. How much for the hangover cure?
$10 per bottle.
It's 1 bottle per hangover.
Oh, and how much that shirt costs? The fancy cleaning one.
$100 for the shirt.
Oh,
I know steep prices are necessary for, both the development of them and future projects.
it's fine.
I mean, respectfully, Eugene, you already have a shirt.
Well, not after it's been bled.
Well, that's why we clean shirts.
That's true, but you can have a shirt that cleans itself. Isn't that wondrous?
Well, what would you do with your time then?
There you
I
go.
know, I could train to shoot a gun better, for example.
But what happens when you have a self-cleaning gun? We automate these things that really there's no trouble in doing ourselves. There's great meditation in cleaning.
Automation is the way of the future, Wilson. I'm sorry.
Well,
But
I
hey,
don't know what we'll do with all that time.
This rifle here was made on an assembly line by probably close to 100 people working in a factory. This scope was probably manufactured by well close to 50 people in a factory in Utah. Or in a factory in Denver.
I think it actually is Utah.
Utah. Fucking God!
They don't make it easy. It, I think, or it could be both, honestly. So.
well, Renault, I guess you can say that's the price of progress.
Yes, there's always a price. And yes. Oh, and our last item here is the electromagnetic focusing device. Another non-lethal way of dispatching your foes. It's at a high price, at a 1,800, but you charged the back on the, and there's kind of like a lever on the backpack. You charge this lever, and actually, let me display it. And he kind of, you see him like pump the lever, and like it's like 3 times, and then with the kind of rifle end, it's kind of got like a horseshoe, like there's bits of wire, like copper wires, and like there's like a horseshoe at the end of it. But it's like, it's weird. It's like painted like blue on one end and like red on the other. And he flicks a button, and Eugene, do you have your gun in your holster?
Yeah.
You see it fly right out of the holster as he pulls the trigger and attach itself right on the end of the device.
Would that be actually the Peacemaker or the fancy one, the Limmat?
Both.
Oh. Oh.
I think it would have been funnier if he targeted Wilson.
Oh no. Wait, does his hand just jerk up?
But and everyone else kind of does feel like a weird buzz to like all their metal objects. As explained, the phenomena of magnetism is truly amazing, and this amplifies them to such a degree that you can easily take a gun out of someone's holster or hand.
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
You get a white chip for your ICP. I think you're almost at the max. Actually, no, you still got some chips to go. But again, high price for this, but I'd say quite worth it.
Well,
I
if
don't
we ever
think-
are in California, I'm sure we'll stop by. And Eugene gives him a warm smile.
Yes, I I believe we should be hitting the road.
Yes.
Just
Well,
be careful. There's a Chimera out here.
He
Yeah,
kind
don't
of looks.
forget. Oh,
I know how you go.
and don't forget about that gang I mentioned. Dangerous fellas.
Yes, of course, and yes, that's everything I'm willing to sell you. And now he pops back open the back of his device and waves you off. And also, be warned, there is a highly aggressive man ahead. He yelled at me, and then he sent his bodyguard after me.
Wait, how did he look like?
Did he have a mountain
Who?
lion on his head?
No, he said something about a grizzly bear. However, he called himself one. Big man. He's got a Smith and Robards steam Gatling in his hand. There's a portly fellow behind him. Honestly, it looks almost like a plantation building. Is quite bizarre. But apparently they have purchased something from the Collegium, and they were unhappy with it. And I asked if it worked, and it did, and then they were still upset at me.
Sorry, what about a plantation?
There's a small, odd-looking plantation house further down the road. It's odd. You don't usually see them this far west, and not,
I have to ask, are there enslaved people at this plantation?
I couldn't really make it out. None were outside. If there was smaller houses, but they clearly
Yeah.
clearly the man did not wish me around, so I bid myself off. They had purchased some Collegium tools. Actually, our ultrasonic repeller. It is quite wonderful science. But yes, I suppose you are all on your way, and I give you my warnings. But if you ever make it there, let them know that in Gamora, just let them know that I talked to you, and they'll make sure to set up an appointment right away.
Well, thank you very much, Reynald.
Of course. And remember, and his voice turns to a kind of a lower cadence. Watch out for the maze dragons. They don't leave much folks alive. And you see him hop back on. You hop in this invisible, what you assume to be a vehicle, and then ride off.
Do you folks think do you folks think that man was some kind of demon?
No.
Okay.
I mean, he
What-
sold those. Didn't you say photos were dangerous to them? The ghosts and the demons and stuff? I don't get why he would be selling them otherwise.
It depends on who you ask. A lot of the natives around here, they think that having their picture taken will steal their soul.
Maybe.
And I guess judging by the fact that you can't be healed by our monk friend here. Maybe maybe you don't have a soul, which is why it wasn't stolen by the camera.
Well, ow. But who knows? His words were wondrous, though. You can't really deny that. Even you were a bit seduced by them.
Oh, how I wish I had that ectoplasmic calcifer when that poltergeist attacked me.
Maybe we'll get a chance to order something at Smith and Roberts eventually. I've heard they also have quite a number of inventions.
Oh yes, they do. I have a catalog in my saddlebags.
Oh, really? I'd love to take a look.
Anytime. Feel free just to ask.
Well, now I know what I'll be doing during downtime.
I think though we should continue along the trail and just stay weary of whoever is further up ahead.
Yeah, and I'll try climbing that balm Ronald so graciously gifted me. It's ought to help my wounds. I can't expect to ask for a rematch, limping like a short pig.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You guys are heading up ahead?
Let's go back to the wagon and then we'll continue.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron isn't here. I don't know what that's about, and I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Okay. I'm going to go walk the dogs real quick.
All right.
Walking the dogs is a long activity.
It's not. It's more taking them outside and letting them pee and coming back in.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys in a second.
Hello?
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, we're disbanding the party. We're disbanding tabletop role playing games. We're deleting the server.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry we
I'm
made
really
this
sorry,
decision
Aaron.
without
No,
you.
sorry. Um, My
Are you
Wi-Fi is
okay?
acting strange, but I didn't think it would die again.
Huh? Are you actually
No,
okay?
Died again?
Yeah, no, my fucking Wi-Fi died.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were joking, by the way.
Oh no! Like actually, I thought you were actually disbanding, and that's like the end of the entire campaign. And sir, for that matter, I thought you were being 100% serious.
Now I can't tell if you're being serious.
Yeah, so I have this weird thing, which is only on calls, where I become extremely deadpan, and I cannot like do any vocal intonations. It's very fucking annoying.
That's okay.
I was
My
being
favorite
that
thing is become
serious.
really
I'm looking forward to it.
sincere.
Yeah?
All of a sudden. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too.
To spanning the group. Fuck yes. This is us at our peak. No, but what did I miss?
Oh, not much, just RP.
So we are taking a break.
Yeah, Ben walked his dog. Nico is pissing right now.
And I guess I'm also going to take a piss. I'll be right back.
Alright.
I am back.
Aaron just went away.
Oh
After-
no. Okay, so one thing I'm confused about. I'll type it out to you. Whew, when I get my breath is running. Just about
Sorry, I actually blue screened.
oh god. About Eugene's money.
Oh, alright.
Dub, are we?
Yeah.
So is slavery still a thing, or are we doing
That's
the
a good
traditional Deadlands canonicity? I feel like it's kind of important.
That
Like-
is very much a tough one. I guess I hadn't given it much thought.
Because, like, I don't know.
I guess it's a
'cause
very pop.
if it is, then like Wilson would be very much against it, obviously. Like that'll just affect how I play my character. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think it's
And whichever way you want to go is fully up to your discretion. I'm okay with either.
yeah. I think it's still around in certain parts.
Like deep south or like
Yeah, like deep south.
okay.
Some areas have been a bit more wavering, but it's still a thing.
Okay. So is it would it be unusual this far west?
Well, it's weird to even have a plantation house this far west. That's like a style that you only see in like the south. This is certainly what you hear is like bizarre, and this is like disputed territory. I think yeah, Colorado is disputed territory, so it'd be also kind of weird to have it here, and this far west too. Yeah, it's
But
just a
like
really odd situation to hear about for Eugene, not Eugene, Wilson.
yeah.
Eugene suffers from slavery because he's an empath, you see.
Shut up. He's the Buddha. He feels for all living beings.
Just totally ignore what I have in fucking whiteboard. Just pretend that doesn't exist. It does exist. Oh, okay, you fixed it. Never mind.
Oh, you might have seen where I accidentally
Yeah.
wrote and yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
no,
what I thought.
I had $40-something and I spent 35, and now I'm at like 19.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you didn't have the
All right.
decimal there. I thought you were fucking yeah.
No, I wasn't like clinging coins, I'd be a fucking musician then. But yeah, no.
Yay, Reynolds. Also,
He was
poor
a
fucking Eugene getting mauled again.
well, it's more about everyone pitying him, but hey, I'm getting free stuff. I'm getting healed, so it's not bad.
That's true. You are gonna get a white for. I mean, it's still pretty bad, but it's not as bad as that first time. I'll give you a white for damned because this kind of sucks.
Yeah, it just sucks. It's a hard knock life for us.
Yeah, and then little Reynolds time. Do you know how long I was waiting for this?
I'm from the Collegium. Have you heard of it?
Mhm.
Sponsored by
Reynolds.
the Collegium. This episode of Deadlands was sponsored by the Collegium Raid Shadow Legends. No, Raid Maze Legends.
I love Joanne's utter disgust of giving freebies.
Like Wilson was really into it. I feel like we really need to get into the disagreement between Joan and Wilson more.
It'll
feel like-
definitely come up.
I feel like I really like their dynamic right now. Where like Joan is kind of excited or like at least interested. I feel like they're both interested in each other's theories, but there's like a bunch of ideological disagreement there still.
Yeah.
So, question. What exactly are like the mechanical effects of the tourniquet in the battle and the palliative balm?
I would want to just straight up send it to you, but also it's equally as magical if I'll tell you when it's in the moment.
All right.
Unless you really don't want that, then I can just send you a thing.
Well, I mean, he gave us a pretty good description. Tourniquet sounds something to use in a pinch, and the balm sounds like it'll help heal the wounds with time.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Is like there are items for sale. The guy's gonna tell you what they do, so you guys have a decent idea what everything's gonna do. And hold on, are you still here? Near, are you here?
I believe Nair is pissing.
Oh, welcome back.
What's up?
How
How
many
did you
did you
piss?
buy? If you bought anything, I forgot if you actually did or not.
I believe Nair only got one anti-hangover.
I didn't because I was still wondering how many use one bottle had.
Oh, all right.
I didn't hear that over the sound of the shaking.
Well, so I was wondering. I was curious how many use a bottle had.
Ah!
Oh
Sorry.
God, Dub got taken by the chimera.
It's one per bottle. They're small bottles. They're not big bottles. They're not like beer bottles. They're like little tiny, kind of like tinctures, like about the size of your thumb.
Yeah, no, I will need one in an emergency. I'll have one. $10,
That was-
right?
Yeah, it's $10.
Okay. And I still have 61 left. Good to know. Anti-hangover. Dr. Miraculo.
Dr. Marculo, eat your heart out. This is real science.
Mormons hate this one simple trick. Also,
Yeah,
goddamn, what is going
no.
on with the map there?
You'll know once we get to it. Anyways, you guys are like down. Hold on.
Oh, my penis.
What?
What? Was
Oh,
that
I
the
see.
character?
Where did my penis go?
You guys
I
are kind of down
updated
here.
one of the penises. He's bravely going where no penis has gone before.
There is more tree line here. I kind of built this port kind of poor. This is kind of like the path you guys are on.
Hold on, let me do some magic here. And boom.
Yay!
The posse.
I like it's not to make this a shop session.
Not to make this a shop session, but here's a little guy from my favorite company, Smith and Roberts.
Don't you say those words. Don't you say those words. This is the comedium.
Oops, I guess I made a little mistake in there.
No, you monster!
This is what torture looks like. But anyways,
In the distant fucking future, you guys make it to Gamora.
actually, hold on.
My favorite part of Eugene's inventory is the quote map of America.
Yeah?
For reference, it is literally just that. There
Yeah.
isn't like specific like there's like a few major towns, but it is just like straight up just a map of America.
It's like that map you see on the first few pages of the player's book.
What more do you need? Can't be
Exactly.
that big.
It doesn't have the railroads and stuff though.
That's all
Or
right.
like boundary lines. It is just like the base kind of layout. But you could like find a place to purchase like an actual map of an area. So, but it's good enough to like have a rough guesstimate.
Sorry about that, squad.
No, you good. I was walking the dogs and shit.
Oh my god.
He got that dog.
Damn right.
You good?
No, so one of my friends just went out of surgery, and she needs some cysts removed. And she's now describing these massive cysts of like 5 centimeters in diameter.
Dude.
Yeah. Trans rights, let's remove those sisses. Sorry.
Wait.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, when you transition, it's called cis removal.
You're not that funny. Don't stop making me laugh, okay?
I'm that funny.
You guys are all funny. All right, we all chilling.
No, I said that you're hilarious, Oak. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Joanne is actually reading a Tombstone epitaph article on a fucking CEO that was shot. She's like, how terrible.
She probably rereads the same articles until she gets new ones.
That's awesome.
So it's like the same like 5 or 6 like newspapers over and over and over and over.
Very definition of insanity.
So, the game.
Yes.
Oh
You
no,
guys
it's not
lost.
good.
travel farther on the path. You know, there's although it's kind of patchy on this map here, it is kind of like mainly filled in of just thick. You know, it's a thick forest. And this obviously those aren't individual trees. It's just to represent like thick tree line. But eventually, you know, you guys kind of make it into sort of like a clearing. If you guys move ahead, the mighty Colorado beside you.
What color was my heart? I forget.
Red.
Okay.
Well,
And the
then-
purple is Chaser.
mine used to be green, but for some reason
No, not
it's
purple,
black.
pink. Pink is Chaser.
There we go. That's better.
So red is John, pink is Chaser, purple is Eugene, green is Nair, and yellow is Wilson.
Exactly.
And then this is Michael.
Let me see. What's Michael?
Light pink.
That is awful to look against.
We're so pastel. Maybe I do want to be black after all. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, I'm black.
Maybe brown was a bad idea.
Hold on,
So-
Nair's black now? What? That's some sharp character development, if you ask me, Aaron.
But
I'm
eventually,
not
you
even going to
guys,
talk to you.
the forest kind of opens up. And it is certainly a bizarre sight to see in western Colorado. You see a small pathway kind of promenade with like, you know, it's fancy with like little trees on the side of it. But it's like a clear pathway. And at the end of it, you see this southern style plantation house. Built with, and you see like kind of a large kind of mesa backing it up. So that's what that black bit is there, over there. It seems pretty quiet, except for kind of a odd sort of like hissing noise. And eventually, as you turn far enough, this is like the scale is like 5 yards. Yeah, that's actually about correct. But scratch that. But you do guys see this kind of odd sight to see in Colorado. This plantation house. It's decently built, mainly of wood and stone. It's got the pillars. And it's just nestled deep between, you know, this forest and the mesa behind it.
Joan is gonna kind of pull the wagon to a stop, pull out her rifle, and just look down the scope and see if there's anything she could see of note in the windows or on the front porch or anything like that.
You do see a bit. Looking into one of the windows, you can see a kind of like a small, portly man, at a desk. He's got like a little mustache to him, and he's got a big old fat gobble, and he's well dressed, and it just looks like he's looking through some papers. And on the porch, you see a very not fat, but also kind of fat, very largely built man, big old black bushy beard. He seems to be chewing on something, and beside him appear to be something you quite, being a fan of the catalog, recognize: a steam Gatling gun and a steam boiler, a ghost rock boiler, in fact.
Are they pointing down the fucking path?
No, he's like just kind of sitting,
Okay.
like chewing on something. It's like by his side.
Okay, I thought it was like sat up right on the fucking front steps, ready to mow down any poor dumb.
No.
Anything else?
Anything else is obscured by force, but you do see like a little shed. Like that's what that little square is.
Right.
And you do see odd device. Actually, yeah, you guys are in sightline. You see an odd device on the path. It looks like set up by a tripod. It kind of like has a similar proportions to a camera. It looks to have like bugle horns coming out of it. And that's all you can really make out of it. And it just kind of has odd bits of like piping to it.
Well, Joan's gonna relay everything that she sees to the others. Do you guys want to go up to them?
Well, I'm not sure if we're looking for any trouble, but I don't see why we can't at least ask if they saw any Mormons or chimeras nearby.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Or maybe we can even stay the night there, keep us out of the wilderness. Joan's gonna check her watch real quick.
Yes. It is 1:30.
Okay.
I'm sorry, and why would we trust these people again?
What? Huh? Oh, there we go. Sorry, the map disappeared for me. The universe got deleted for a split second.
Well, we don't have to trust them. Just there's no reason to assume the worst in people out here.
And do we have any reason to believe that they've enslaved people? Or like for or against? Like, do we see anything on the?
Nothing that you can see.
Do we see any flags?
Do you see any flags? No, there's a distinct lack of flags.
Okay, well, if there was a Dixie swing around, that would be a pretty good tell.
For sure.
Well, let's head over there.
No, I think the call's up to Wilson.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yes, let's go ahead. It's worth trying.
All right, if you say so.
Alright. You guys do slowly creep up.
Joan is going to tell Michael, to hide in the back of the wagon.
Michael's gonna hang in the back of the wagon.
Maybe we should throw like a tarp over the corpses or something.
I thought you guys, yeah.
Wait, sir, have we been traveling with corpses this whole time?
Yeah,
For a bounty. We need money.
it's like $300 per guy.
How many days has it been?
This isn't fucking right income.
This is
how long has
capitalism,
it been?
Wilson.
It's been a day? I guess kind of 2 days, but it's cold enough where they're not like rotting too bad.
Okay.
Well, Eugene's used to seeing corpses, so... Well,
That's
like,
not the
human
point.
zombified corpses,
What?
The nightmares. The night terrors, haven't
Oh,
you?
that's cheating.
Haven't we told you?
I'm a fucking war veteran if nightmares count.
All right.
Chaser, what is it?
You gotta speak English, Chaser.
Jimmy's found on the well.
Yeah.
I'm Buddhist. I can talk to animals.
Yeah. But you guys traveling up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
John's
say we
gonna look to what Chaser was barking at though.
No, I was just messing.
Oh.
Well, yeah. But you guys travel further down this kind of promenade. It's very scenic. You got little like kind of trees kind of alongside it, guiding the way. At a certain point though, Chaser just stops. Like if you're walking with him, assumedly, he just stops
Mhm.
at a certain point.
Chaser, what's wrong, fella?
Like, I don't know if you guys want to move your little guys up there, but he just stops.
Fucking kidding me? You're fucking kidding
Like butt planted kind of on the ground.
Oh boy.
Joan's gonna get out of the wagon and go and pet Chaser, trying to figure out what's going on with him.
He is just remaining still and petting him. He does seem comforted, but he's like not moving. Like it's not like he's limp, but he's like sitting still, and you're kind of have to kick him.
Is he like shaking or anything? Or
No, he's just kind of stopped.
Do you think he's on his mark?
if Joan pushes him, does that do anything? Like lightly shoves him a little?
Like he kind of moves her just like a little bit, but he kind of like tries to make his way back to where he was, if not further back.
I'm gonna stay here with Chaser. Do you folks wanna go up there and talk to that fella sitting on the porch?
Well, sure.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Sure.
You guys,
As we're making our way up to the guy, can I scan the tree line and see if I see any similar marks to what we saw before?
like the
Paw
trees
marks.
along the path, or like the trees like on the forest itself.
Just any trees nearby, really. Just looking
The
for
ones
similar
right nearby.
markings
So this
of-
kind of like golden path I made. There's like a few trees, like aesthetically, and from what you can tell, there isn't any marks. Are you guys
Same for-
continuing on the horse wagon?
Well, yeah.
The horse is
Eugen-
where Chaser stopped. The horses also stop.
What in the hell? Come on, Prorock, what's wrong with you? Eugen will kind of pet the horse's neck.
They kind of just seem a little restless.
Does the guy near the entrance not sus?
Yeah, you guys are taking long enough where he looks up, he takes the boiler that notice he isn't dressed particularly warmly. It is kind of cold out, but he's kind of just in a typical shirt, like a button shirt. And he puts it on the boiler on his back, and in his hand he has this just odd, for those who hasn't seen one, it just looks like a massive gun with several barrels on it.
Yeah. Oh no.
And he begins a very slow walk, kind of waddling his way down.
We may be trespassing here. This might not be a good idea.
Well,
Don't worry, Wilson.
we're hardly trespassing if we cannot even cross the line.
Yeah, nothing to worry about, Wilson.
What you folk doing here? Let me make a little bubble for him.
But Eugene would reply, "Good day, sir. Just travelers moving along the west. The winters."
Really?
Yeah. We don't look like ones.
Well, the last people who said that they were just simple travelers, well, they tried shooting at me. Didn't turn out well.
Oh, please, we're not the outlaw kind.
Yeah, I don't intend to
Uh-huh.
shoot you.
That's also what they said. Listen, whatever I say goes. I'm here to protect these fine people at a reasonable price from my employer.
Who are these
And I'm
people?
well worth it. I haven't had a single problem I couldn't face with my trusty steam gun here.
I
this-
trust you hadn't, sir.
Is this guy big?
He's big. He's
Oh,
burly.
God. Oh God.
Well, if you must know, my friends and I are trying to settle a little dispute here. So really, we're just looking for answers. You wouldn't happen to know of any weird mountain lion chimeric folk hanging around these parts, would you?
Are you stupid or crazy?
That's what I'm trying to find out about my friends, but I cannot come to an agreement on
Well,
who's the
clearly they're
stupid
stupid and crazy.
one. Right?
There's some creatures around. I think it's just a mountain lion. The fucking workers are getting all pissy about it. I think
What
they just
sort
don't
of
like
creature?
working the mountain lion.
What's
Wow.
your name, friend?
My name? Well, my real name's Thomas Crowley, but
Oh.
What?
when I used to work
Steamhound.
as a ex-squatter, my name was Steamhound.
Oh. Oh my God.
And I don't appreciate you folk coming on here unannounced.
Can you type his name, please?
Yes.
Thomas Crowley, the Steamhound.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry, but how did you expect us to announce ourselves?
I walk in well past this place. Unless you're looking for work, you got no business here. Some folk try to sell us stuff, I scared them off real quick.
we're only looking for shelter.
Well, this ain't a charity here. My boss is very clear of that. If you want something, you gotta work for it. That's how business goes.
Well, we could provide you with a little bit of funds if you would provide us for a roof over our heads.
Well, if you're trying to bribe me, that ain't gonna work. He pays me well, but I'll talk to him if he wants something. You guys moving ahead? Are you guys still on your horses?
Yeah.
Moyer will try to remain on the horse, yes.
Sorry, I thought everyone was like talking to him from like close by.
No, we're
he's
like
all the
far
way over
away.
here. Yeah, he's making his way because he's yelling at. And you want a horse. At a certain point, your horse they refuse to budge, and if you force them, they begin whinnying and neighing and baying like it's no one's business, and try desperately to run back away.
Wait, so as he's approaching us, they want to
No.
run.
It's if you were trying to approach from the point in which your horse is stopped.
Well, I'm still standing there. I won't push Prologue further.
Yeah, I guess you noticed the repellers. Yeah, critters don't like them. They hear better than us, and we can't hear it ourselves. But drives them out.
Mm.
You know, that's to stop whatever fucking critters are about from coming on in. Stupid mountain lion. It worked a lot better apparently. You know, apparently he bought this before I came to work. Worked decently. Stopped the attacks on the. Well, the folks, but fucking weaklings as they are, they find a way to get themselves killed.
So you think this is just a mountain lion?
Of course.
Do you have any of the the bodies of the people who've died to this mountain lion?
Yeah, they're buried 6 feet under. Well, we could only afford 3 feet, because time is money.
Where are they buried?
In the worker's grave over yonder. And he kind of points into this direction. You see where those small little square or rectangles are?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about this? We need lodging, right?
Sure. Ain't me to decide. I'll have to talk to my boss.
How about you let me talk to your boss? I have a deal in mind. I'm a hunter by trade. And I don't think that thing you're chasing or that thing that's killing folk is just a normal mountain lion. I've seen things that ain't exactly from this world. And I think this creature is no mountain lion. I think this is a chimera, half mountain lion, half human, some ungodly abomination.
You know what? That may be just the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard in my entire life. And listen, he paid me well to do my job and protect these fine folk. I don't appreciate someone trying to encroach on that. I set out traps around. Still haven't gotten anything yet.
Bear traps?
Yeah.
Please mark them with signs for travelers walking through. Our friend stepped in one of your traps.
Where?
Right here.
No. Fucking dipshit.
Where did we put where did he step in the trap?
He
Back.
waddles over, and he does plot a small map of the area, like very brief vicinity, and shows you where all the traps he put.
Oh.
You see, you couldn't have stepped in one, and then he shows all the locations of them, and oddly enough, there wasn't any bear traps where you guys were at.
Could have been one of not yours then.
Well,
maybe.
Shit.
Tell me, have anything been stolen from your supplies by any chance?
Nah, unless there's, nothing gets here without my say-so.
We suspect that this chimera thing is intelligent
Mountain
enough.
lion. You guys are really testing my patience. It's a mountain lion.
Right, and I've been traveling with these guys for 2 weeks.
Well, all right. In that case, how about you inform your employer about us, and we'll have a talk. Discuss the possibility of us resting here. And if he
Sure.
doesn't want us snooping around, we won't. You can have our word for it.
Joan's
Alright,
gonna get
There you go.
Joan's gonna get a little bit closer to Steamhound, and to show there's no hard feelings and that I'm not trying to undercut you. She fishes out of her wallet a fiver and passes it to him.
He just kind of looks at it. He just kind of stares at it. You really think that's going to do anything? You're going to at least pass a fucking 20 around to make me feel anything.
All right.
But sure, you can go talk to my boss. Your horses stay here, though. Not because my say so, but due to the devices he set up.
Is there any way that we could tie up our animals in a way that, from a vicinity that you could keep an eye on them?
I mean, there's the trees here, and
we can just let them stand by the wagon and tie them to it.
Well, all right, but I mean, what if they start running away and pull the wagon away?
I mean, I said you can tie them to one of these trees here.
It sounds reasonable. But
Michael, you mind watching the animals?
No, ma'am. I can do it.
Perfect. There's some wine in there. You're welcome to help yourself too. Also,
He goes from just kind of okay, boss, to all right, boss. Sure thing, boss.
alrighty.
Yep.
And just set them over here, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, Eugen also steps off his horse and ties it to one of the walls.
yeah,
The
Wilson's
trees.
gonna help.
Oh,
You see, Steam Hound is just macking on. So
What?
he's just chewing the cud. He's like fucking chomping on something in his mouth.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dude, it's probably some like fucking weird shit, like fucking night crawlers.
He looks to Wilson. You want some of this?
What is it?
Chewing tobacco. This shit will make you a sexual grizzly bear.
No, thank you. I do not wish to partake.
wait, what did he say it is?
Come on, put some hair on your chest. Come on.
I do not have sex. I'm celibate.
Yeah, clearly by the looks of you.
You don't have sex?
No, I don't have sex. I have no interest in
Alright.
sex.
If you
You
say
poor
so.
thing.
I do not consider myself poor. I consider myself.
You are quite literally poor, and you're only becoming poorer by the day.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm rich in spirit, and
Yeah,
that is
I
what
began
is
to
important
see,
to me.
Alright, well, let's see Spirit buy you a nice big old can of chewing tobacco.
I am distraught for you to think that you have to have that to be happy. It makes me distraught in the ways that, in the ways that I can be. And I hope for you a day that you don't have to have that to feel content with yourself.
Oh, I'm distraught you don't get any bitches. Now, come on, let's see the boss.
I hope you get laid one day.
you know,
Me?
now I've noticed that the idea of poverty is more of a perception thing of how we see things. Because
No,
we're
it's
so
really
used
not.
to because we're all surrounded by commerce, it's natural we begin to see things as expensive or cheap.
No,
I agree.
don't start talking about prices in front of him. About what's considered rich or poor. He's gonna tear your ass open.
As they're walking up, Joan's just gonna kind of tap Wilson on the back a little bit.
Mhm.
Hey, it's okay. I empathize with you. When my husband died, I kind of took the same route as you're taking with the whole celibacy thing.
Yes, it's I mean, before I took this vow, I did have that dimension to my life the same as others, but it now it's just sort of a room in my life
Yeah,
that I
because
don't
I
walk
can't-
into. Like it exists within my mind, but it I empathize. There's only pain down that route in the end, and if that is a choice that you've made for yourself, then I'm very happy for you. But if it is not, then I don't harbor anything against you, of course. I mean, we of course need some people to engage in it to keep our species alive.
I mean, I've already had my son. Ain't no reason for me to really.
Yes, but I do think that it should be more accepted to not like that kind of thing. It's I don't there are many things that seem to be important to people that are just not important to me. Money, sex, drugs, and alcohol, and
Food.
I find it sad that they need all this. Well, I don't find it sad so much as wish to make their lives better so they don't have to engage in these harmful things.
You had me with the sex. The money, well, I need money to keep my my hunting going.
Well, of course, but I think that there's a point where it stops being commerce and becomes value, and people think that having money is a virtue and being poor is represents some kind of failing. And I think that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, if you look at who is rich in this, especially in this part of the world, they are people that enslave others. And that represents the greatest moral failing you could commit. I just don't think that.
You shut up about that now. You're gonna make him mad. Mr. Tree,
Huh?
can I get a audience with you? We got these vagrants about. And you see a man exit. He is Steamhound at least kind of has like muscle to him, like his arms. Like he's definitely like rotund, but he's got musculature to him. Kind of like more of a weightlifter kind of build, or like heavy weightlifting build, but he still kind of has a gut. And now this man exiting onto the kind of like this front balcony, definitely like full gobble, big old belly, dressed very nicely. What is this with all? What's all this commotion about? And kind of Steamhound kind of nudges at you guys.
Sir, nice to meet you. I'm Mrs. Palmer. I am a hunter by trade. And from what I understand, you seem to have a creature problem. Yes?
Well, I suppose I do.
HR?
But what is it to you? I've already spent so much money, on these repellers that only work for 13 days, on Steamhound here who hasn't even spotted the creature. This fucking mountain lion or grizzly bear or Injuns, whatever it might be.
Well, I believe your problem is more than just an animal. I believe your problem is a half-human, half-mountain lion chimera that is systematically tracking people and hunting them with the intelligence of a human and the ferocity of a mountain lion. I and my compatriots here are more than happy to set out to try and find this creature and kill it if you'll just give us some lodging for the night.
No money spent?
No money, just a place to sleep.
And you'll be working for it, right?
Of course.
I don't like bums around here. You gotta work for what you get. I got here, pulled myself up from my bootstraps. They give me a name around here. They call me the Pignon Baron. I trade in pignons. It's like nothing ever before seen. It's more, if they based the dollars off of pignon, it would be one of the richest countries.
What's the
The
pignon?
pignon nuts. It's fine cooking wherever you go. The natives used them in their dishes, and many across everywhere use it, but they're very hard to get because you can only, farm them certain parts of the year and find natural trees. Well, I grew these trees. I've imported trees. I've hired everyone to harvest them year round, and they say it's winter. You can't harvest them during the winter. Well, they still come back with bags of pignon. Clearly, there is some pignon nuts to purchase. You see, and he kind of softens his voice. I'm a man of business. I'm a man purely focused on capital gain. And I believe those who got entrusted to carry out this will get rewarded. You see, I made a fine house. I only had a cabin here. Now, I'm one of the richest men in all of Colorado. In fact, I dare say I'm one of the richest in the entire United States. And I say that because I don't believe those Confederates. They didn't even leave. Give them a year, they'll be back with us.
Sir, I must say, if you're requesting that we work for gain, in terms of lodging. I cannot do that. I cannot exchange goods or services. I will not request anything, but if I'm to have food or lodging, it must be freely given. And I repeat, I do not request that. If I need to sleep outside, I will certainly do that. But and I'm willing to help out, of course, but that cannot be used to buy my lodging. I don't buy anything. I'm a humble mendicant. I'm a beggar.
Here's what I can do for you. Can you turn around, please?
Okay.
What I can offer you freely is that you leave here. If you are here, you operate under my rules, and that means you work for what you deserve.
Okay.
Mrs. Palmer here, she understands doing business for the price of hunting the mountain lion, or whatever she believes it is.
Well, yes. And
She
she's
gets to
hermetic.
stay in lodging. In fact, you shall get one of them with a cooking stove on it. And he says this like it's this like great bestowment upon her.
Look,
I will leave
Wilson.
then.
Once we get this chimera, then you can sleep in my room. I'll
Okay.
sleep on the floor.
Until then, I will stay outside.
But so do we have a
Awesome.
deal?
I reckon we do. But
She
all
extends a hand.
business. Oh, he's up in a balcony, like
Oh.
yeah, like top floor. But let me get back down there. Dunk, 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 dunk. You kind of hear each step he takes as he exits down in a timely manner and exit. And he's even shorter than what you think. He's like a good 5'2".
Oh my
Ugh.
god, he's a gnome.
He's actually the penguin.
And he extends a hand to Joanne. And I suppose the rest of you will work for this lodging? I don't appreciate vagrants.
Yeah.
Used to be a farmhand. Sure, I can help. Entering the hunt, most definitely.
Good. I see we're all in agreement here, and that's how business is done.
Now, I got a question. Jones says after shaking his hand.
Of course.
You care if I exhume some of those bodies that chimera's claimed?
Well, I suppose I don't particularly mind, but the workers might.
Well, we'll worry about them.
Your workers, are they free?
I mean, they're a contract to work with me, but if you're implying that they're slaves, I'm quite offended. I pay them for the work they do. This is business. Something you don't understand.
You're right. I don't understand it, but I understand the difference between a man that is free and a man that is a slave. And frankly, it's in this country, it is not unusual to ask.
Well, it's unusual to ask me about it. Someone who clearly knows the values of hard work. You just gotta pull yourself up from the bootstraps, and you can have a place just like this.
I can't believe you built that entire lodge with your bootstraps. You really must teach me your skill.
You just gotta find your niche. Everyone has a unique skill. And mine is business and selling things, especially things that people want, like these nuts. People come all over.
Sorry, go on. Come with some card.
Well, I'm gonna go deal with some corpses.
What did you say, John?
Well, I'm gonna go dig up some corpses.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay at the wagon.
Okay. You walk back, and Michael's just chilling there.
Hi there,
Little
Michael.
wine drunk, little frisky.
He is getting he's a little in the sauce. He's about a quarter of the bottle down.
I'm going to stay the night with you over here. For reasons originating from my faith, I can't stay in the plantation house.
Well,
I'm back.
good for you, boss.
I'm not your boss.
That's an expression, Wilson.
You can simply call me Wilson.
Sure thing, Mr. Wilson.
How have you been liking it so far in our employment, or Mrs. Palmer's employment?
Hasn't been bad. I mean, it's a lot more quiet, less shots and screams and whatnot.
So you don't miss the glamour and glitz of your criminal life?
Well, it's not glamorous. It was fun, sure, but I don't know. Some folks gotta grow up, I guess.
Well, if you consider yourself having done that, then I'm proud of you.
So y'all are hiring me to shoot folks you don't like. So, I mean, the
Well-
difference is this is legal like, and I won't get the law on my ass.
That's fair. So, where do you come from? I don't think you properly told us.
Actually, did he? If not,
I
well,
don't think he did.
I don't believe it.
No, wait. This is Michael, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Michael,
Michael-
don't leave me here.
Who is he?
Michael is from New York. He mentioned that.
Yeah, I think we had a couple people from New York last session.
Okay.
Like me.
Yes.
Well. Oh yes, you said you were from New York, right?
Yep.
Upstate. No,
No,
Jones.
Are you guys back at the wagon?
Yeah. You guys are split off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Upstate New
Well,
York.
yeah, I guess. Well, I'll just keep chatting it up with Michael.
Yeah.
Wait,
you
hold on.
learn facts of.
Sorry. Question. Who is
Yes.
green on the map? That's Michael, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to learn what Michael genuinely likes doing and kind of what makes him actually tick as a person.
Yeah. You just kind of chat it up. Nothing serious. You learn he's from New York. His brother's in a monastery, a Catholic monastery. But he just mentions he likes traveling.
Cool.
And, when he wanted money, he just kind of, started robbing folks and then eventually found, Steven's crew.
Mhm.
Oh, Hypno. Steven, not Steven. Michael was one of Steven's henchmen you guys hired.
No, sorry, I meant Steamhound.
It was Steamhound? Oh. That's for Oak to explain.
I have so many questions.
Steamhound was a character that I had in the original Deadlands game. And he was basically that. He was a big gun gunslinger, mean as a rattler, Doubting Thomas.
Oh, he's a bastard. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
He's a lovable bastard, in my mind.
Hmm.
But no, you played his personality fucking perfectly. I love it. No, that's so right.
you guys pass through those who go to the graves. You guys pass through this little section of small little cabins. You definitely see bustle in them, but obviously it's kind of cold out. Some you see bustling, some not. And you're able to walk closer to one of these odd devices that Joanne actually saw. It is just kind of held up on a sort of tripod. There's a small. It looks like a miniature boiler almost. But everything exits out in these horns, like little bugle horns. You don't hear anything, and obviously Chaser is back at the wagon, and you don't hear any birds nearby. Nothing. It's all just kind of quiet.
Interesting.
So
So where are there any workers actually? People.
none outside, but there are. You definitely hear stuff coming from inside cabins.
And these black little lines are graves, I
Yes.
suppose. Well, Joan, I suppose it would be a good idea to ask the people first before we dig them up.
If you want to, you can.
I suppose I'll ask them more about the creature as well.
Yeah.
So
Also, she fiddles around in one of her small packs and fishes out this little the sample of fur that she found. Ask them if they saw anything with fur like this.
I will take it with me then to show them. So what do these structures look like? Are there little homes or just tents?
They're little homes, like they're little wooden cabins, like log cabins.
I guess
They're
I'll.
not too big, but they're enough for like 1 or 2 people.
All right. I'll knock onto anyone that noises are coming from.
All right. You knock on one of the doors. It's these homes are very rough. They're not like, these perfect little, they definitely seen some work.
Oh my god, they're like the drill city buildings.
Not that bad. But a man exits. He just kind of has kind of like a striped shirt on. It's kind of tannish. Suspenders on, and a little bandana around his neck. Not like a outlaw like over the face, but like you see the little like 2 bits kind of hanging out. Where he tied it off. Hey fella, how
Hey
can
there, good sir.
I help you?
I understand you're a worker at this enterprise, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I work. You working hard or hardly working? That's what I say.
And we are some people who came by to help your employer with the problem you guys had.
Oh yeah, the lack of work. Yeah, I'm glad to
Well,
get new work.
not talking about the working part.
Oh,
We've heard there's a beast of sorts roaming the land and taking the lives of you poor people.
yeah. I mean, that's what people have been saying. I think it's just a mountain. They say it's just a mountain lion. Some of the other workers think differently.
Oh, well, have they seen them, the beast, or maybe the attack?
One has, but we usually find the remains afterwards. What's left of them anyway.
So you say one of you has seen him?
Yeah, I think that Teresa has.
All right. Can you show me where she is? I need to ask her some things about this creature.
Sure. Let me go find her. And he kind of walks you over to the top cabin. Is Joanne digging? Like without permission, just going right at it?
She's not digging, but she's definitely standing around with the shovel in her arm, or the shovel in her hands. Just kind of waiting for
Oh yeah. I guess
Eugene
as
to
we're
finish
walking,
up.
I'll ask the guy. Also, would you mind if we temporarily dig up the remains? We'll need to analyze their wounds to see what exactly caused their deaths.
He kind of winced. Oh, that's not really, that sounds rather gruesome.
We'll try to keep it down as much as possible. We just need to quickly give a medical expertise, and we'll put them back down afterwards.
I mean, sure, but Just make sure they're proper proper like, even though, we haven't had a priest around here.
Oh, don't worry. A member of our posse is actually a priest. He will gladly sanctify these unfortunate souls.
That's good. But sure. And he kind of takes you on it. Who's purple?
That's me.
Eugene? Yeah. Okay, it's this one. Joanne notices the graves. They are very simple. Like, not like there's like maybe a few stones marking some. There's like some have a wooden board. And like there's barely any names on any of them. There's one that kind of has initials on it, JB. But other than that, most of them are kind of unmarked.
Interesting. Jericho Barter.
Oh my god. Dun dun dun.
But you knock on the cabin door, and she looks out kind of wearily, like she peeks a little bit before opens it up. Hello, how might I help you?
Hello. You are Theresa, right? My name is Eugene.
Well, nice to meet you, Eugene. But
I'm a part of a group that came to help you deal with an issue, a pest issue. We've heard there was some sort of a beast ravaging the people around here.
he does a quick sign of the cross when you say beast.
The cross?
The sign of the cross. When you kind of let me.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit, like the hand motion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes, that one. Have you, I've also been told you have personally witnessed one of the attacks. Is it okay if I ask you more about it?
She definitely seems a little shaken, but she just kind of nods to your request.
May I come in? Perhaps it would be easier if you take a seat.
Sure, but there ain't much room, and she lets you in. James kind of steps out. It is very small. There's like it's like a bunk bed and a wood oven, not wood, like a wood stove, which it's not made out of wood, but
Yeah, I get what you mean.
yeah. And she just kind of sits down on the lower bunk.
Well, I'll just lean against the wall to make this sort of not like a pressure thing.
Yeah.
So, have you seen any beasts lately?
Oh god.
No. All right. So, can you tell me about how it happened?
Well, it was about 26 or so days ago. There was in the middle of the night, we heard a scratching at the door. And we just kind of thought it was just like the trees. And then well, when I knew it, suddenly the door was open. And I just saw this, thing. I was on the top bunk, and I saw my, my friend Maria. She, well, she almost let out a scream, but whatever it was got her before she could. We only had a wood stove going, and it was big, and it was hairy, and it was green, a dark green.
Was it standing upright, or was
Oh.
it on four legs?
Oh.
I don't really remember. I think it was on four legs. It was low to the ground.
All right. And
it just drug her out, and I was too scared to move. And well, we didn't find her until 2 days later when we were tending the trees, and well, we found an arm. Not much else. She kind of
Eugene
opens her mouth.
Pulls out fur that Joanne gave him. Does its fur resemble any of this?
It was too dark to tell, but it's certainly not this color. It was certainly green. I'm certain of it.
All right. And is there any other particular detail you can remember about that night? Maybe any sound it made aside from the scratching, any howls or the like?
I mean, sometimes we hear howling. They say that's the mountain lion, but a few days after folks, go missing, we do hear their screams. So I don't know. Maybe they keep them. I don't like to think about it, but
Yeah.
all that's we hear really.
Well, Teresa, thank you. It was very useful, this information you've told us. And you won't have to worry about this thing anytime soon. And Eugene will just give her a pat on the shoulder to, calm her down.
Well, I hope you're telling the truth there, mister. But so far, everyone that Mr. Thorntree hired, only prevents it, I mean, it used to... From what I heard, it apparently attacked a lot more. And then he got those devices around, and it, only comes around occasionally.
Well, let me tell you something. Those devices and that big hog of a man, he's not really suited for hunt. We have ourselves a lady who has been doing this monster hunting thing longer than...
Monster? And she does a sign of the cross again, and she looks even more afraid.
Well, just critter, It's a figure of speech. Beasts, critter hunting.
Yeah. Well, that's all that we can hope for.
Soon you'll be just looking back at this as a bad memory and nothing more.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Well,
Take
I
care,
wish I could
Teresa.
believe you. Yes. God be with you.
And you. And he will stand up and leave the cabin. And he'll head back to John and Nair at the
James?
Grace.
Oh, Joanne. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. James is watching you guys dig that. And he's just kind of yapping to you guys.
I will
You
also
didn't get much
relay the
trouble,
info.
Lars. Hmm?
I will also just quickly relay the info to the other two about the description of the monster.
Okay.
Hmm?
Heard. Sorry, I'm looking at the distance to figure out to think.
Hey DM,
Mm-hmm.
the fucking one-shot motherfuckers, did they have fur or not? Because I know the adult one was green.
No, they did not have fur. They were chitinous.
Yeah, there were insects. Like,
I never know with these weird things, but that's good to have confirmed. No more looking up.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the creature was green.
yeah, that's the
And-
part I'm confused about.
apparently
I
they're
understand
quiet.
creatures in the mountains would have a fur color, adapting to the snow at least somewhat to hide better.
But any Hoosers. Yeah, Jones digging up one of the bodies.
Oh, that's Jesse. He worked here for a bit. Poor folk. He died actually 13 days ago.
All right, I need to make a roll to exhume the body?
It's the hard part is that it's just like a time-consuming thing, as it's still wintry ground, and you guys are trying to dig it up. It just takes like a good 30 to 45 minutes of straight digging to get any sight of a body. And it is certainly, if people who are at the grave want to make a guts check for that, because it is pretty gnarly as you guys peer into what Joanne is digging. At this
What kind of
point,
check?
guts.
And that's a +1 due to my crit, right?
Yep,
Wait, so both me and Nair have to make guts.
correct. And Joanne rolled guts.
Oh, right. I have to add -3 again. Yippee.
7.
Ooh, that's a 10 actually.
Would you like to chip that near?
I mean, it's just that body, right?
Yep.
Just.
Alright.
I think 7 should be fine. I've seen a dead body. They're fine.
I
It
got a
is-
12.
It is rough as you guys exhume the body of, especially the stench that kind of comes off it. It is rotting a bit. Or has rotted a bit. It is an arm, a torso, and a head.
An arm, a torso, and a head. Wow.
All connected, but there's
Huh?
the bottom legs and another arm is not present.
Yuck.
That thing's really not leaving a lot for us to work with. Literally.
Do the missing areas look torn off?
I'll tell you a general description of everything if you want to make a medicine roll.
Oh boy. Fuck it. I'll stick with a 9.
9. All right. There's a lot you can tell. First of all, it's jugular. It does appear to be bitten, much like the pronghorn from before. And the arms and legs do look ripped off. You definitely see what look to be bite marks, and implying that something must have torn it off, with its mouth, and or yeah. So, but it is just a rough sight to see, especially rotted to this degree. So James is definitely not too. He definitely stepped back to not even look at it. Yeah.
Are the rest of the bodies like this?
Yeah, most of them anyway. If we do find one, some of these graves are empty. We couldn't find the folks, but we still like to make a grave.
And folks usually get attacked while they're sleeping.
Not always. There's a couple, just later at night, folks going out to the outhouse. Folks stepping out to take a smoke or something. Mainly at night. But it's thankfully further and fewer between than it used to be. I think whatever it is scared of Steamhound or something, or
But it still attacks even after these devices were put up.
Yeah, it was fewer though.
Fewer.
There's it used to be like a day, from what I heard. We just kind of get hired on the spot and just kind of come here. Some of us worked longer than others, but from what I heard, it definitely stops it for almost a good chunk of time before it happens again.
I see.
And
Alright.
when was the last time someone got disappeared?
Oh, well, last person was there, Jesse. He died 13 days ago. Before that was he kind of racks his brain. Was Maria. That was 26 days
36.
ago. I might have spoken. It is 26.
Oh, 26. Okay.
Mhm.
So it strikes every 13 days. That's a
Looks
clear
like it.
schedule.
But it also attacked that pronghorn.
I guess for today it's satisfied.
I
Although we don't.
I wouldn't take that risk. Let's get this fella buried up, and then we can talk about what the plan is for tonight.
Yeah, well, if you're going anywhere, well, he's paid to do it. You should go get a, Steamhound over there. He's mean as a rattler, but at least
Really?
he's good help. He's got a
Mean
big
as a
old,
rattler, you say?
he's got a big old gun on him.
Yeah, he's quite a macho.
But I'll leave y'all to it. Good luck and all with that.
Of course. And Joan's gonna start reburying the man. Do you think one of you two could go get Wilson and have him consecrate these graves?
Sure. And Nair, I guess you could get Steamhound.
Sure, for like work and such.
Right. I'm gonna go head to the wagon to Wilson and Michael discussing their lives or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just like Wilson's sitting in his like cloths, and just I assume Wilson and Michael are just talking about like his plans for traveling, like if he likes travel. I think Wilson wants to recommend that he write like a travel guide of all the places that they end up going. But then he turns over, is like, "Oh, hi Eugene, how may I help you?"
We had spoken to a few people down there. We had to dig up a grave, and we're hoping you could give it a proper rite, burial rite.
Okay. Does it have to be a Christian ceremony?
They seem to be Christian, but
Okay.
I'm sure they will appreciate anything at this
regardless.
point. And you, Michael, maybe it would be a good idea if you just, stay sharp.
I always am.
Has to be the trick this whole time.
Meanwhile, near back, you just see Steamhound kind of standing around. His sleeves are rolled up despite the cold spring air. What you doing back here, little lady?
Oh, looking for you actually.
Oh, really? You heard of the Steamhound, huh?
Can't say I have, but I'm open to hearing some tall tales.
Oh, they're anything but tall. They're real. Used to serve
Okay.
Union. I served in Canada, actually. Those fucking Canadians.
Damn fucking Canadians, am I right?
Yeah, and then that got boring, and they didn't pay me well, so I went to Salt Lake, and man, I found a good job as working for Hellstrom. That man pays well.
Hillstrom, really?
Yeah, Dr. Darius Hellstrom, wonderful guy. Pays well. I was on the X Squad. You know what the X stands for?
Extreme.
No, experimental. They gave us all the cool gadgets. Look at this. And he pets his fucking Gatling steam gun. This baby can kill anything that moves. Trust me, anything.
Even mountain lions.
A buffalo. 3 seconds, completely dead. Torn to shreds.
Damn, you must have gotten so many mountain lions with that.
So, wait, what? I didn't catch that.
You must have gotten so many mountain lions with that thing. You don't stand a chance.
The issue with them is they're elusive, you know? They kind of play smart. But once I see it, oh, you bet it's going to be Swiss cheese by the time I'm done with it.
Sounds like you've met your match. I've never heard of one spacing bear traps and such.
Yeah, that's, you'd think it would at least step in one, I put a good chunk of them around. So.
Are we here? Am I here for this?
You can start talking to Michael down here.
Okay.
You might hear, he is quite a loud fellow. You might hear some of the things he's saying.
Well, no, I've just been wondering, right? Like, these folk are so persistent about their tales about some intelligent cougar or whatever. But honestly, like, I think the best way to prove them wrong is to count the bear traps, head into the forest, see if they're all accounted for still. Because I don't imagine anybody else could be laying them down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to go around with me, we can actually go check the traps.
Absolutely. Maybe you could teach me the ropes of trapping. I mean, I've done much barn work, but trapping was usually left for my older brothers.
I mean, all you got to do is place down a trap and wait. That's that's the easy part. The hard part is making sure you find the thing before it rots. Now, all right, let's go check in these traps.
Wow, thank you so much. Do you think I could try that thing that you're holding? What's it even called?
It's called a steam Gatling gun. Finest made. Yeah, I don't. The big man doesn't like it when I spend money because each shot's a cent or two. But I'd certainly let you try it when we're further enough in.
It costs $40,000.
But Nier and Steamhound, you see them kind of exit into the woods.
Please follow, please follow, please follow. I'm so scared. We're going to get fucking jumped and we're going to die and nobody will even know that we are gone.
Wait, hold on. Why are they going to the woods again?
We're going to check on bear traps.
Yeah.
Oh, well, don't step on them. Don't repeat my mistakes.
Yeah, what's Joanne and doing?
Well, I brought Wilson back, so
burying the body.
Burying the body. You guys are all there.
Mm-hmm. Nire's all on her lonesome.
No!
Hey, Nair, roll quickness.
So.
Oh, this works for her, but I'm fucking terrified.
Even or odd, Nier?
Don't choose even. Don't choose even.
I would say Nari is quite the odd one.
Okay. You guys go deeper into the thick of it. All these trees about, they are certainly interesting trees to say the least. You've never seen anything like it back home. Actually, let me find a picture of one for you.
Oh yeah, no, like throughout the travel, she keeps just fucking staring at everything all the time, taking in the almost alien landscapes.
But you guys walk far enough, and he's just chatting to you about, all of his exploits of going to Canada, and apparently apparently from what you hear, although he shouldn't be saying it, he says so much himself that apparently there's a secret fight going on against Canada because apparently the Brits want in on the war.
He said that he was in the Union?
Yeah. those fucking Canadians, some of them want to come down and, there's the Battle of Detroit. Nah, they try to take that, fought them back, and I try to push them back, but my commander said, no, you shouldn't do that. You could go to a full-blown war. And I'm like, I don't care. Anyways, I got dishonorably discharged.
For standing up for what you believe in what's right.
Yeah, that those dirty fucking Canadians need to be 6 feet under.
I think that's the most honorable discharge you could have gotten.
Yeah, this is a pinyon tree, a lone pinyon tree that's sending through. Anyways, actually, I'm gonna go take a leak. I'll be right back.
Got this, boy.
And he's gonna step off, away from you to find a nice secluded spot to go to the bathroom.
So, no bear traps.
Huh. That's kind of odd. You should come over here. I don't have it out.
Alright. Nair is going to go to Steamhound.
That's one of the traps is here. I didn't put it there.
What do you mean you didn't put it there?
Like, that's if you look at the map, I didn't install one in this area. I installed one like to the north of here by, about 20 yards.
Nair is going to put one hand on her grip and kind of look around as she asks, are you even sure it's one of yours?
Yeah, that's the one.
Huh.
That's just odd.
Wait, sorry. To clarify, he found a bear trap, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's his, and it's moved.
The thing's been moving the bear traps. I had that gut feeling.
It's a fucking Chimera. I knew it.
Alright.
I shot in the darkest.
More maybe the space. Does anybody else know where the bear traps lie, or is it even possible to
workers know where they are, so they don't step in them when they're working. I know where they are, and the boss knows where they are. No one else.
Right.
The people that have been found dead, do we get any sense that they stepped in bear traps? Like maybe their leg is damaged?
Not through. Well, first, the body that you guys dug up didn't have any legs. But Maria was, taken from out of her house or her cabin, by the creature, and the pronghorn didn't seem to have any wounds around his legs.
Do I see any markings or signs of the beast around?
Just a really easy search roll for me, please.
Yeah, sure. / roll. That's all caps again. Search under cognition. Search 2. Okay. 2d8 plus 2 because keen. I have keen, by the way. 7.
Yes. 7, would you like to chip that?
I only have white chips. Sure. We can spend upon white chip. 1d8 plus 2. Yeah, I'll settle down for 7, I suppose.
All right. So you do see, very similar from before, around the area, some trees do have claw markings to them.
Nice.
And in fact, you are able to catch a pair of paw prints.
Paw prints.
On the snow below.
She's going to nudge Steamhound and just nod towards the paw prints. Are those like regular size for a mountain lion?
You wouldn't know, as they told you.
No, she's asking
Like,
Sinhand.
she's asking. Ah, they look kind of on the bigger side, actually. That's weird. There's an extra claw there. It's kind of off to the side. That's weird.
Right. Suppose we were to humor their assumptions that there's some kind of chimera going around these woods. What do you reckon we should do next?
Well, it's not a problem until we see it, and then we can shoot it.
Well, yeah, but it kind of excels at not being spotted.
If it's gonna attack us, it's got to be seen, obviously.
Only attacks people when they're alone, right?
Well, the one was with the other person.
When they were asleep.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna have a problem here. You're the one with the problem.
Should I?
Listen, when I start shooting, it don't matter the direction. You might want to get out of here.
My hero, how about we make our way back now and tell your big boss what we found, and hopefully we can come up with a plan to maybe lure it out.
Sure. I still got a piss though, so you can go ahead of me.
Sure thing. Nair is not actually going to leave. She is going to cast Incognito until she lands like a decent spirit target number.
Roll of Hexlingen.
All right. So that's been a while. Give me a second. And we have agreed that I can just kind of re-roll these kinds of spells when I'm not under pressure.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Okay.
Make sure you do it in Huckster stuff when you draw cards.
Yes, sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Next name was under 3, right? And Incognito was a smarts, which makes it 3d8.
Joanne?
Which means
Yellow.
Oh, is that your Hexlingen roll?
yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh
You
my.
rang, Ben.
Yes.
I got all these shiny cards.
You find a small furry creature nestled at your legs.
Just while I'm like chilling.
Yeah. Chaser.
Who, me?
No,
Oh,
but Joanne. Chaser is now
Chasers.
back at her legs.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Joan's gonna turn her head towards the device that's right next to her.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like anything's changed on there?
Would you like to pick it around and move the device around and stuff?
Just looking at it, Joan knows better than to fuck with shit she doesn't understand.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell, but when you at least were near it earlier, there was small wisps of steam coming out of the bugles, and now that seemed to have died down.
Wait. That fella earlier. He said these things are only good for 13 days.
Oh
Wait.
my god, of course!
Joan hops up to her feet, and just starts scouring all around her, just trying to take in her surroundings while
Wilson, fuck you should have followed me. This is on
What?
you.
Wait, hold on. Eugene does draw his the map and the right. So Palmer, Wilson, Chaser, Michaels, and wait, where's Nair?
Eugene, you should have followed me. Fuck you, that's all your fault.
Sorry, I'm still pulling up I actually have this written down somewhere because I'm smart.
Was
I
Nair
don't know
saying
where Nair
Wilson
is.
was at fault?
No, Aaron screamed that Eugene was at fault.
Oh, okay. I'm just.
Palmer, that's all your
yeah.
fucking fault. You should have followed me into the fucking woods.
Yeah, Wilson is just performing the Tibetan Book of the Dead onto the bodies.
Well, I can't see Nair anywhere near, so I'm just gonna scream, Nair! And, I'll be going to the center to see if I can see her anywhere as I scream.
And,
You cannot. Hold on, I need to pull up your little. Because, not to ask you, Nico, but also to ask you, it's when you go bust on the roll, it also acts as a backlash, right?
I am pretty sure. I would be lying if I remember the rules for Huckster very well, seeing as the last Huckster I ever had was Javon.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, I switched it up. Let me roll a d20 real quick.
So, Nair, you immediately get shot in the head.
I
and
finally
die.
get to fucking cast a hex
no.
and I tried to fucking what?
Far worse. Far, far worse, Bird.
It can go really fucking bad. I think I got lucky when I had everybody just look at me.
You, in your head, this battle of you playing your dice game, you made one bet your mouth couldn't cash in.
6-5, call me a liar, bitch.
And it appears that whatever it was didn't take to it too nicely. Your eyes begin to be drawn towards Steamhound. And you, it's hard to take it off of you. Like, whatever it is, you just have this gut compulsion to just kind of look at him.
I know I'm beautiful, but
can you leave, lady? I'm trying to go.
Right. Nair is going to back off, but she can't keep her eyes off the fucking guy, so she kind of just tries to remember whatever it was and kind of jog backwards towards the tree line.
Are you going back out?
Hopefully, if she remembers the direction.
Oh my god. Just leave it.
You're walking, you're doing rubbernecks, and he's just kind of hunching over, trying to get behind a tree or something. He's incredibly uncomfortable.
And you do. Eugene is screaming for her.
Yeah, you do hear at this point Eugene yelling out for you.
Here!
Where's Steamhound? Eugene is kind of limping over with his gun in his hand.
I've got my eyes on him.
Well,
Get him back. The devices don't work.
What do you mean?
The devices only work for 13 days. And the last person was killed 13 days ago.
And I don't have people standby to refill them?
Not yet, apparently.
What the
Chaser
fuck?
got in.
Ah,
Get Steamhound back here.
You are... It was a good walk away for you, and the trees are not visible. You do hear a screaming coming inside. Ah, help me! Help! Followed by the sound of multiple gunshots. More gunshots you heard in a second than you ever heard in your entire life.
can I run for it?
Yeah, I'm trying to run as well, if it's possible.
I'm trying to. I'm going to not beeline for him, but kind of walk around if I can.
And you
not
guys,
walk
of
at the
course,
same
hear
time.
these massive gunshots and screams go off.
Joan's gonna look at Wilson.
Yep.
I think you should stay here.
Okay.
Look,
Wilson kind of readies his staff. Do we have an idea of what's going on?
I have no idea, but that gun, I'm pretty sure that was Steamhound's gun. And I'm pretty sure that was Steamhound screaming too.
Okay.
Nair was with Steamhound. And
Well, if our if our compatriot is in danger, I want to be there.
right, but what about these folks?
Okay, good call.
We just kind of Eugene's chasing after Nair and Steamhound. We just have to hope that those two have the strength to make it out.
Oh no, he went off the map.
You see Joan is probably visibly scared. Like the first time you've probably seen Joan visibly scared.
All right. So let's all get. So Nier is running back in.
Eugene's following.
Eugene's fallen behind.
Don't fucking stay where you
limping
are.
more so, but yeah.
Yeah.
You're just
What's
gonna put us
Joanne
in
doing
danger.
exactly? You're staying around to make sure it doesn't
Yeah, Wilson and Joan are literally just chilling here.
Okay. Eugene would still be kind of a distance away. Okay. So you do hear screaming coming further, more I guess south it would be. Are you following the sounds, the screams?
Yeah, there's also blood, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Is there blood or no signs yet?
You definitely see when you return to the area you do see a big old trail of blood.
Fucking. Yeah, he may still be alive. Like, they reported hearing, screams, hours after they were supposed to be killed.
Mm-hmm.
And this may be our first chance to get a good look at this motherfucker. Nair doesn't like it, gives a very frustrated sigh and follows the trail.
Okay.
Eugene goes after her quickly.
With her gun pulled at this point.
Mm-hmm. You guys on the... would you guys like to make me a quick tracking?
Sure.
Okay, what's trait is that?
Cognition, I believe.
Oh, yikes. Okay. Well,
that's a -4 if you're untrained, right?
I have a -7 to my roll.
-4 if you're untrained, and then +2 because of keys.
And I bust.
-2.
Perfect. I bust for a
Awesome.
-6.
Grand.
Nico, are you seeing something?
Am I seeing something?
I was very heavily inspired by something for this.
I feel like I'm almost connecting the dots. But
I actually had two things that were big, and I watched this a while.
Does it still explode even if I get a penalty?
Mm-hmm. It still explodes.
That would be a 13 total.
Oh no.
Oh
13.
no. Why is everything going well now?
Well, not for
Oh,
me,
you
it's
went
not.
bust on that one.
I did.
Yeah. I have a -6 total. Hell yeah.
Well, following the blood trail, at a certain point, you guys actually split up.
Can I hold Nair's hand or her shoulder or anything like that?
Because you hear his screams and you go into that direction, trying to go through his, what you hear. Nier follows the blood trail.
No,
eventually, I mean, you can decide that, but you are pretty certain in the direction you chose. And Nier is certain in where she chose, because she's following the blood. But you can hear where he is right now.
Well, I made the roll, so I'm going with where I rolled. So
I'm starting to think Joan and Wilson made the wrong call.
With what?
Staying back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I'm going where the screams are, so I'm following wherever that is.
So we split off and we don't even notice.
Yeah.
You do kind of, but you also just, kind of gut feeling. You assume you're just going to loop back at the same point.
Shit. Fuck. Okay.
Near, you manage to track the blood, and eventually it stops becoming a trail, and you just find a puddle.
No. Don't look up.
Up.
She knows routine. Fuck it. No, wait, hold on. Let me quickly.
Are you a fucking Super Saiyan?
Joan, Nair slowly creeps. Nair's eyes slowly creep up.
Can I make a sneak roll?
Near's like, this is the second time I did this.
No.
Go ahead, Erin.
Sure.
Erin, ask for a sneak roll. That'll help.
No, Nair, with kind of out of desperation, knowing she doesn't have the best of luck with this spell, she's going to cast another incognito, but at the same time she's just slowly tilting her head up, awaiting the inevitable. She kind of already knows what's awaiting her.
Alright, roll hexlingen for me.
Alright. How bad can this possibly go?
Don't fucking say that. You kept on getting lucky. You got one of the nice ones.
That's an explosion.
It's an explosion. You're good.
Okay. So it's not going bust?
You need to have majority ones to get a bust.
Oh, I see.
Before you get what did you get last time? There's like 2 ones on a 3, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, you succeed and you get to draw an extra card. So you draw 6 cards.
I draw 6 cards. Okay, and I had my own channel for that.
Yep.
Give me a second. I forgot where it is. I cannot find it. Ah, here. Yeah. /draw 6. Why does it keep drawing only 1? /draw.
Number of cards 6. It should. There's like a little pop-up that comes up when you do /draw.
Then I'll draw 5 additional cards.
No.
You're fucking joking.
No, the joking is the one, the black joker right now.
Is it the black joker? Oh my! There's no fucking way.
Oh god.
Way.
Oh
Wow.
no.
Nair is going to die without you guys ever realizing she was a huckster.
Oh
no, wait,
no,
is that a huckster roll?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
fuck.
huckster draw.
No.
No.
Shit.
I didn't want to bust out the D20 back again.
It's okay, Nair. The worst
That's
option
bad.
on the table has nothing to do with dying. It's significantly worse than dying.
I know!
Is that
Ben, are you not-
Ben, I'm
Are you
going
using
to
the
invest in
extended table,
quickness.
Ben?
Oh yeah, you bet your sweet bippy I
I'm
am.
going to invest in quickness because my luck has been shit, and I think I'll have like more turns to combat that way. I'm not going to invest in anything else. I don't need that. I need more quickness. Fucking bullshit.
Well, let me actually check to make sure. Oh. Well, good news. Do you want good news or bad news?
I have a choice?
To hear first.
Oh, okay. Giving me the good news first.
You manage out of your ass to come up and kind of, call on the bet in your head. And just barely you kind of squeak it. However, you do hear a little laugh. In your gut, you may have won the main pot, but your little friend on the other side got the side pot. Your hex succeeds as normal, and in fact, you can use that black joker as a as a regular Joker or a red Joker. So you actually have a 3 of a kind.
Which gives me
Or 3 of a kind, or let me see. I think that's the highest you can get. Actually, no, it'd be a fucking 4 of a kind.
the highest I can get with Incognito is 3 of a kind, which makes the spirit target number 11.
Yeah. I mean, it would still, yeah.
She breathes a reluctant sigh of relief, knowing it's definitely not going to last, knowing her luck, and now looks up a little bit more confidently.
Before we get to that, we flash back to Eugene.
Hello.
Following the screams, he's eventually racing through the forest, not knowing that, he's fully left Nier's side. He hears the screaming come up from the tree.
Above him?
Above him.
No.
He's gonna look up. He's gone point to
Don't
that.
look up!
Roll me cognition.
Okay. That I can do. Ugh. You know what? I said I'm not gonna use any chips, but you know what? I'm kind of a bullshitter. I'm gonna use a red. Three.
Oh yeah,
So
thank you for the
that's-
chip, by the way.
You're welcome. That's a 5.
All right. Let me write down what chip I got. But wrong page. Near above you, you see the body of the steam hound. His gun and boiler both just kind of wrapped around the tree, because there's like a piping between the two, and it's kind of like wrapped around the tree, like it just kind of lays there. They're both kind of canceling each other out, and you see him. It's a awfully gruesome sight, but you've seen enough of these victims that it doesn't affect you as much. Can you make me just a easy guts roll?
Easy guts roll.
Because you've just seen a lot of these bodies today.
Oh, yes. Fuck, I keep forgetting what my guts is. Give me a second.
I'll give you like a +2 just for this circumstance. Although there's a lot of blood, so that's -2.
So -1 due to the grit?
+1 for the grit, so your end result is a +1. So you don't have to deal with the blood shit.
That's a 9 total.
No, that's an explosion.
Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry. Roll 1d8.
It's okay. It's just that explosions are the best part of Deadlands.
It
13.
is. You definitely, swallow that lump down in your throat, and you just watch this man that you just had a nice, decent chat with, just completely gutted, hanging on a tree branch. Its limb creaking due to the weight. Eugene looks up to where he hears the screaming. The voice of Steamhound.
No.
And he looks at the tree and he doesn't see anything. Maybe the foliage is too thick, but he doesn't see much.
Where in the goddamn... And not seeing anything, he's gonna just turn around. And Nair isn't there, so he's gonna shout,
Eugene, help me!
It's behind him, isn't it?
What did he hear?
He heard
my God.
Steamhound yelling for Eugene. Help me!
No.
From where?
God.
From up the tree.
He's gonna look up again.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can't see
Oh
much.
my god, the copies the
It's-
victim.
Ben, it's clicked now. I understand. I understand it now.
What's going on?
Let me... the foliage is thick. If only you could get a better view.
Well, I don't see any blood, so Eugene.
Oh yeah, because it's there's like limbs and stuff, but you do hear him. He's calling. Help me! Help!
Eugene, the gears are turning in his head. He doesn't see any blood trails. He hears only scream. He's gonna point his gun up in the foliage and pull the trigger.
Well, you're a little too late. As your cognition, you take a little too while, and you can't find where it is.
Well, he just lets out a random shot then.
Well, now this is your cognition earlier was kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was like speed as well. Okay.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
All right.
Oh shit. All right. Well, let me just roll something real quick. What's Eugene's fighting?
He doesn't have one.
We're so fucked, Oak.
It's okay. If we really care about each other, it's easy.
This is gonna end with Wilson and Joan hugging each other in a cabin, praying to God they don't
Our
get mauled.
friendship.
Suddenly, he feels that his arm just get ripped to shreds.
No!
Left or
Wilson?
right?
Left arm, not Wilson. Sorry,
Oh.
Eugene.
Oh my god, stop getting injured! You're literally the only one that I can't heal.
How much would you have?
No, wait. Hold on. Wait. Is it what sort of level of injury is this?
Oh, I was about to roll damage.
okay.
Probably maimed.
It's not going to be good.
Okay.
Well, this
Let
time
me-
I won't forget I have chips.
Yeah. Do I have another one of these? Yes, I do.
Not the chippy.
Okay. It's a heavy.
How the fuck does Eugene have 5.5 battle bounty points?
He correctly guessed a plot point, and I gave him half of a bounty point for it.
Yeah, it's a reward you see for the privileged, but I'm gonna spend 2 white to negate that heavy wound to the arm.
All right. Your shirt gets shredded. I think you still take a little bit of. You get 1 wind taken out of you. As you can quickly see what it was. It's hanging by its back feet to the tree. And it is the biggest cat you have ever seen. You heard stories of tigers, and this compares to it in just sheer size and thickness. It snarls at you. Its face it's just huge. And its fur, it's odd. It's like mottled like green and brown and shifting as you look at it to turn white. Make me a guts for seeing this beast.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Hey Ben, I will say I do have to get going to class at like 2:30.
Yeah, this is gonna be wrapped up.
Okay.
So how much
It
more
was
time
just-
is that?
About 20 minutes.
Gotcha.
Till I gotta go to class.
Okay.
Ouch.
I rolled a 5.
Would you like to chip that?
No, I'm fine with that.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm not spending more chips for now.
We are gathered here today in loving memory of John Smith. That can't be right.
Yes, John Smith Eugene. But anyway, yeah. So I rolled a 5.
Oh, you lucky ducky. You lucky ducky. You, at this point, are able to just barely just kind of keep your cool. It's just unsettling that this thing could just sneak up on you, but the sheer grasp of the situation is beyond you. You lose your next action, and you get -2 for the rest of the round.
Oh, dang it.
But you guys will all end there, hearing a scream like none before and ever after.
Alright. We're vibing.
Can
You
I
guys
ask?
hear it?
Can I ask one final question before we end the session?
Yes.
How high up is the machine gun?
Oh, you don't want to go there now.
I definitely want to go there.
It is like 7 feet up, but like you can like so that's where it's like balancing through its hosing. Like if I were to draw it, hold on, let me.
Nah, Aaron, you know there are rules for innocent bystanders, right?
Hey, but you forget one thing. Right now, I'm fucking unspottable.
Well, sure,
Amongst
but
something else.
Branch.
Sorry?
Alongside something else.
Alongside
Something went
something
wrong.
else, which doesn't matter. Until that something else happens, I will be fucking cinematic and badass, and I'll save Eugene's life, and everything will be fine, and we'll have cookies and tea.
oh, you're gonna save my life? Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Well, again,
If you're kind of looking at the branch head on, this is kind of like a weird abstract way of saying it, but the kind of lever point is like 7 feet up, but like the steam gun and the boiler are both kind of hanging down, kind of at like head level for you.
so is it feasible for me to get off the machine gun?
If you can get up and make sure the hose, like find a way to detach the hose or like pull it off the branch,
Would
yeah.
that break my incognito?
No, it's what's incognito? Is it concentration or something?
I don't believe so. Let me check just again to be sure. Oh no, it is. Okay.
It might ruin the incognito.
Okay, well, we'll see for next session.
But we will see that, and we'll do chips and stuff next session.
We will.
All right.
Okay.
Hold on.
I feel like I
Craig.
should get something.